Howdy ho, I got sound.
Hello.
Howdy ho, welcome to the Den of Tools.
Hello.
Slightly late start. Looks like we won the betting pool though on when we're going to start.
Yes.
You know, as I always like to say, whenever I get there, I'm on time because that's when I got there.
That's right. We're here.
How's everyone going
Hey.
doing tonight? Barbecue 76 in the house. Di Diz, Daughter Raw, Frank, Joe Smith, and Friends Network. Let's see here. Who else we got here? Maybe it. Jesse King.
That's
showing
me.
her pretty little head. And Matthew McCulloch. Let's get this party started. Yeah, baby. How's everyone doing? Memorial weekend. I know it's probably going to be a light evening tonight. Probably a lot of people hanging out, barbecuing, having fun, relaxing, and hopefully spending it with family. Hopefully staying healthy. You know,
Sorry.
keeping everyone at least 6 feet apart. Which is my general rule of thumb anyway. I don't need a virus to make myself. You are inside my personal space.
That's right.
And so's the dog.
Yeah.
What do you want?
She wants dinner.
Do you want dinner?
Look at her little face. Look
She
at her
does
little
this thing
face.
where she starts backing up as she gets excited. Do you want dinner?
Do you want to say hi?
Come here.
Oh,
Come here.
you gonna get up there?
Come on.
Come on.
Come here. Oh.
I'm gonna go feed her some dinner. I'll be right back. Go on, lead the way.
This is a dog who almost never barks unless she hears something outside. And now she's wrecking the house. And the wife is wrecking the studio. Anyway. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Road 418 says hello from Kansas. Richie says what's up. Futon's in the house. Mike Schmidt Sr. Howdy, y'all. Let's see here. Shave and a haircut. That's wow. Di is spot on. Shave and a haircut. And let's see here. What else? Frank says, hit me some like buttons. Thank you, Frank. Big Fudge, happy Memorial Weekend. Ion Redline 06 is in the house. I sent you an email with pictures of the tap wrench. I just got it. I just responded to you. I looked before. I couldn't find an email before. That said, those are really nice looking. You did a great job on those. That's amazing. I'm always jealous of people who do good machine work like that. Let's see here. Can't wait for you to get one in your paws. I would love to take a look at it and showcase it on the on the channel here. Fred Hill says I'm back.
I'm back.
Rye says first time watching on my custom gaming PC. I always find it easier to watch on either a TV or on a PC. What's up?
Jay, you are joining us from the Montefiore Hospital. Oh, I'm guessing your back is not better.
I'm sorry.
I am so sorry. I hope that you're okay. Message us. I'll message you back. I know it's really boring in hospitals.
Really boring. Yeah, and I think I've got back problems. My back is still tweaking on me.
Ooh, Ryan Nirvana's first time watching on custom gaming PC.
Oh. Let's hear what all happened this week. We had quite a week. We had snow.
We had super week.
We had a lot of snow.
Mm-hmm.
And it melted by the next morning.
Yeah.
Most of it was melted by that night.
Yeah.
Well,
unless you didn't drive your car anywhere, and then my car was covered until this morning.
Yeah. It was the rain that melted it. It got a little bit warmer. It was never really cold. I think it was like 38 was as cold as it got actually here. But the snow coming down was huge. Huge flakes. Like this big around kind of flakes.
Around 11, it was 35 downtown. Don't make a face at me.
You just had to
I did.
throw that in there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, their temperature gauge is wrong, clearly. So yeah, we had snow. The Cubs went out. They had a great time. Snowball fights were had. Bella was unimpressed with snow. She doesn't care for rain. She thought snow was not an improvement.
Yeah, I think she's still not gone to the bathroom. She looked at it. She's like, no, I'm okay. I'll just hold it.
Cold and wet, pass.
Yep. And snow, definite pass.
We did go over to a friend's house for dinner the other night. It was not very nice. They barbecued up some shish kebabs for us all. Mm-hmm. And let's see, what else have we been working on? Took the pole saw to some of the trees around here, testing it out. That's the Lethelli one, and just not a problem. And I've been using it on box elder trees. Now, I'll be honest, I did not grow up in an area that had box elders, so this is my first real experience playing with them. And I was told that they're a fairly hard wood. In fact, they can be they're really dense and can be hard to burn because of that. And this thing, it chewed right through them. So, anyway, let's see here. Barbecue 76. What did I win? I think I was the one that bet on the 7 after. So,
hugs. Virtual hugs from a distance.
Social distancing hugs.
Yeah.
Ricky says, I'm looking for 2 tools. Do you know where you saw them last? No, he says a table and a miter saw that is good but not expensive and will be long lived. Miter saw. You're looking for a sliding miter saw, and table saw. You're looking for a cabinet, hybrid, portable, job site, or compact portable job site. There's a lot of different choices out there.
Jay says, I'm good. I have a little work done on Monday and then home by Tuesday. Yes.
Yay.
I hope that Jake is with your mom. Going too fast for me to read.
Ian said that I'll make you a special one just for you. Sorry you didn't get the first email. Sometimes my phone won't send emails from work. That's okay. Things happen.
0101 tuber. Gonna be nice tomorrow here in the Gallatin. Going to Big Twig for the day.
And Wohawk says, today I could use some Tiger Balm worked into my middle back, but I'm alone, so continue paying for me. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Sorry, Wohawk.
I should dig up some Tiger Balm.
Only if you want me to put it in your food. Michael says, pray for us in Sanford, Michigan for the devastating flood. I am so sorry. I know that that it is really bad. Barbecue 76 says, nice Hawaiian shirt. You are free to travel there, but you have to stay in your hotel for 14 days. Happy vacation, eh?
Yeah.
Especially because everything is redonkulously expensive there. Come, enjoy our island and don't go anywhere. Big Fudge says, snow in May. There's a country song somewhere in there. There absolutely is.
Oh, yeah.
Daughter of Ra is talking to Michael, saying, be safe. She's got family up there. Steven says, I'm now contemplating buying a gas mower again. We may be moving once our rental agreement is over. Okay. Thor Avenger. Amazing. Thank you. Elwood Blues. Bear, why is Harbor Freight running out of everything? Because people are at home and they're buying everything. That would be my guess. But
it's a combination. Is people are buying stuff. There's been a lot of people using all of this time to do home improvement, to do projects. So a lot of the hardware type stores have been getting hit. They've been doing pretty good, actually, economically speaking. The other thing is they had a distribution center get shut down due to a COVID infection that happened about 3 weeks ago. And so it's just getting back up to speed, is my understanding. And then on top of that, they have to deal with the same kind of distribution channels that all the other big carriers have to deal with. So not only is Amazon slammed, all the people who then supply stuff to the other stores, everyone is slammed. So distribution in general is a big problem.
Barbecue 76 says, I don't care about being first. I want my prize. You know what? If you send me your phone number, Barbecue 76, and I know that I have email.
We'll send you a free Harbor Freight 20% off coupon.
We will send you a Snickers bar
through
the Snickers thing. Steven says, don't want to go with a battery mower and end up with a large yard if that happens.
Why?
Totally makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
No, he's saying he doesn't want to have the battery one. If they end up with a large yard, then you're going to have to charge it. And
No, you don't. You just get a second battery.
Okay. Uh-huh.
It's just like I used to mow a really big yard with a gas mower, and what happens is you get halfway through the mow, and then you got to stop, and you got to go get the gas, and you got to mix it and put it in there. Well, you may pre-mix it, but you got to fill up the gas tank. Well, there's no difference in having two batteries and pulling one battery, putting another battery in, and dealing with it that way. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but say that like there's a lot of people who say that argument of, well, I don't want to go with a large yard because, because the battery won't do all in one charge. Then use two batteries.
Steven, ooh. I just
Wilcox
jumped on it.
says, hard to burn? Not true. Just call daughter raw.
Yes. Echo says, just a quick hi. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Hey, Echo. We totally understand. I hope you have a great night. It was great to see you.
Mr. Toolman says, hello, howdy. And let's see here. Oops. Why did that change on me?
Ian Redline06 says, have you had a look at any of the heart tools from Wally World? Would love to see what you think.
I looked at them. I've had friends who looked at them. I've had people who sent me pictures and videos of the internals and stuff like that. They look like they're mostly based off of Ryobi with some slight modifications. They look like decent tools. I like the battery system. I've got the 40 volt blower and trimmer, and I've used those, and they're fantastic. I love that 40 volt, the jet style trimmer they have. Blower. I've got a lot of blowers around here, and that's the one I reach for all the time. As far as the hand tools themselves, the non-brushed ones seem extremely large, kind of clunky. Honestly, what I think is that they're currently priced a little high, that it's a new tool launch thing, and the price will settle over the next year. And once that price settles, it should be a fairly decent alternative. I do think they're priced a tad bit high.
Was that the heart tools?
Yes.
Okay. Zaffiel says you could probably make some money testing out those pole saws. Brandon Akins, and I apologize if I mispronounce your name. He says, Hi, I saw you at Harbor Freight. I was the kid with the drill press on Friday. I'm guessing not this Friday, the Friday before.
Oh, really?
Say hi.
Hi. Yeah. Don't ever feel bashful saying hi.
David Fry says, love the shirt, Mr. Bear. Steve, Sandra 007, are you a Crockett or Tubbs? LOL, happy birthday. Happy holiday.
I'm the Ferrari.
Ronaldo says, tomorrow I got to work on my truck. It shuts off when I'm driving. That's
a problem.
Not an added feature that we really appreciate when driving.
That's suboptimal performance.
Yes. Frank says, what's up to Zaffiel? Jay says, ask the doctor to use Milwaukee only, not heart. LOL. I love it, Jay. I feel
Did you
like
read Fry's comment, Dave Fry's, about love the shirt?
Yes, I
Okay.
just read
Did
that
you?
to you. Mm-hmm. It's like we're not sitting next
Barbecue
to each other.
76 says, and everyone else, tonight is barbecue corn and ribs. That's all the little barbecue kid wanted to eat. Go figure.
Aw, that's
We
great.
had pork chops with mashed potatoes and peas with a light gravy, and it was delicious. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I feel like there is a super chat, but I have looked high and low and I cannot find it. So, but there's little coins in the jar, so I feel like I missed
It
something.
filled it up when we started for some reason. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's priming the pump or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, if I missed it, please call me out
Ooh.
because I never want to miss anyone's super chat or anyone's comment. We really do try to get them all.
Di says barbecue chicken pizza and jalapeno bites for supper.
Okay.
I like the barbecue chicken.
The jalapeno
I'll
bites
pass on the jalapeno
sounds
bites.
delicious. I have had them and they've been amazing, but the last few times I've had them, they were like so hot. I feel like my mouth was like literally had flames, like I was a dragon. So I need to find the right middle ground for those. Joe Smith said the 2 groundhogs that live at Joe Smith's yard had babies a few months ago. Babies are big enough to run around yard too now. Just seen them. They are super cute, but I totally understand not wanting them in your yard.
Frank says we had smoked chicken leg quarters, green bean casserole.
How did I miss that?
The green bean casserole.
No.
No, she likes green bean casserole. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Michael says, stay safe, everyone. Got to go fill up my generator. Good plan. Count says, one of our really good pawn shops had to raise tool prices and even split batteries from tools because they're selling 5 times as many tools as usual. Wow.
Daughter Ross says, but the second battery is expensive. It is expensive. So is gas over the long term. Basically, with electric, what you're doing is you're prepaying your gas. And then the idea is at the end result is you start, once you get past a certain point, you get past your break even, and you're actually saving money. On top of that, there's ease of use and speed and all this other stuff that goes along with it. But the other thing is, if you buy it now for what you need, which is with one battery, you can then sit and wait for a deals of the week video that pops up and says, hey, such and such has their batteries half off or something like that. Because you won't need the battery, for some time, likely. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. Barky76 says, yeah, I like Snickers, but it's going to be over 100 degrees. You just read this, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Well, I did in my head, but I didn't read it out loud.
Over 100 degrees next week. Can you send it in dry ice or something?
The good news is when we send it, it comes to your cell phone through a text message, and then you take that, I think,
it's
to
just
Walmart.
a picture of a Snickers bar. It's
no,
actually a Snickers
it's
bar.
a coupon that you get to redeem for a Snickers bar.
How do you say that word? It's a what?
Coupon.
Coupon. I say coupon.
Some people say coupon. Some people say
and
coupon.
It irritates the snot out of a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm. You know why? Because people are petty on the internet.
They're like, that's not the way you pronounce it. I'm like, have you heard of regional dialects?
I like how actually it's pronounced blah, blah, blah. I'm like, actually, you didn't invent the word. So you have no idea.
That's what I love when I do a video on Kneepex. Because I'll have people both ways. If I say it Kneepex, they're like, there's a K in there. If I say it with the K, there's no K in there. I'm like, you guys are nuts. One guy tried to tell me, well, the Germans say blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I spoke with the Germans at the Kneepex booth.
Well, obviously they don't know.
I didn't bring up the fact that I'm German, born in Heidelberg.
I'm German too, just so we're clear.
Where were we born?
More Germany than where you were born?
East Germany?
More Germany.
It was kind of communist.
I'm just saying.
California.
More Germany.
Owen's Jeep stuff says, good evening, Bear Family. Sorry I'm late, but better late than never.
That's right. Brian says, I wish Harbor Freight made power tools that match the color of my toolbox. You could always paint them.
Mohawk says, they still make 2-cycle mowers? Haven't seen one in years. They're all 4-cycle these days. No mixing gas anymore. Other lawn gear is still 2-cycle, though. I'll be honest, I switched to electric 8 years ago and have not looked back. So I don't know when they may have done the change, and that said, what was it? 15 years prior to that, I didn't have a lawn. So I did have a house at one point. It was on stilts over water, and you don't generally mow water. So
well, you do just once. You just never come back up from that.
Yeah. Yeah, just once.
Yep. Joe Smith says, what kind of mower do you mix gas? LOL. I've seen 2-stroke push mower. Joe Smith mower holds 12 gallons, 5 to 6 hour running time. Zaphiel says, not to disagree with the den of tools, but properly working gas tools are much better than currently battery stuff, in my humble opinion, for really going to town on stuff.
Good luck with that. If you've not used any of the high-powered electric then, because I've been playing games with the local, not here in Montana, but back in Vegas, everyone has landscapers, professional landscapers that come by.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, everybody has a landscaper.
And
a real estate agent.
and a real estate agent. So I've been having them test their professional gas-powered equipment versus the electric stuff. Like the blowers and the trimmers. We haven't tested mowers because I didn't have a mower down there. But the blowers and the trimmers, and they're neck and neck with the high-end stuff. The high-end electric, the 40 volt and the 60 volt stuff can hang all day with a gas power, even the big, the steel ones and whatnot. So, electric is just raw torque.
Okay.
What?
I'm listening. I'm trying to find. Ryan Nirvana says, "Love Miami Vice."
Is that Jeff or is it Magnum? Is there a difference?
Nice. I like it. Okay, where are you? Because I'm lost.
You're supposed to be reading the new stuff, so it doesn't really matter. Barbecue 76 says, I know they're expensive, but the Ego battery tools do a great job. I know they aren't going to be for everyone, but I've had about a quarter acre, and they do really good for that. Yes.
Princess Jamie is here. She said, I made it back. Almost flipped a couple times, but did not. However, a couple were not so lucky. But I got to learn a lot of recovery techniques on sides of cliffs. I'm super excited for you.
It's always better when you're learning that when it's not your Jeep that's involved.
Yeah.
What do you think about Modern Automotive Madness asks, what do you think about the new Yukon 2-drawer service cart? I think it's cool to see them flesh out the line. It's not for me. I don't know. It's in this interesting price point. I want to see some more coupons come out for it. Not everyone needs the 5-drawer service cart, so I mean I get it. I'm not honestly a fan of the flip top carts. I like the ones that open sideways like this, so you have a dedicated work surface. You can leave stuff on, open it up, access the tools underneath it, close it up. So that's not my favorite style, but I know there are people who like it, so I'll say that much.
Oh, Princess Jamie, thank you for the $5 super chat. It says, "Here's some support." Thank you. Close your ears. Cover your ears if they're sensitive. 3, 2, 1 for Princess Jamie. Bing, 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 bing. And before I forget, Jay had to go. He said his mom snuck in some bourbon chicken, but the nurse was there to give him meds, so he's saying good night.
Good night.
So I hope that you sleep. Hospitals are
feeling better.
Terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, hospital's not a fun time.
Yep.
Ian asks, electric is cool, but there's nothing like hearing that Husqvarna fire up after the first pull after it's sitting in the garage during the Pacific Northwest winter. That's true. I get it. When you have a good running gas and you pull it and it starts the first time, that's always great. You know what's not great? When it doesn't start. You know what else is great? Not having to worry about it because you know it's going to start because it's electric. Does that make you the mother of dragons?
Me? Or are they saying, are you the mother of dragons? What?
Rye says, had Chili's, full rack of ribs, and Krispy Kremes. Ooh, there's some health food. That sounds good.
Nice.
If only Daughter of Ra ate more kinds of meat.
I think she said she doesn't.
So she only eats what?
I know a few things that she eats, but she's somewhat picky.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it at that. Unless she wants to out herself.
David says, really quiet without the cubs around. And yes, the shirt brings out the blue in your eyes. I have blue in my eyes?
You do when you wear shirts like that.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. It's like I've looked at your eyeballs for a long time. It's like
Wohawk would like to point out that his email is wohawk@gmail.com if you're trying to send him Snickers.
Wohawk, honey, we have to get your phone number. So it has to be somebody you're willing to give your phone number to. I don't think we can send it to your email, but I could be totally wrong. I'm also getting text messages, which are probably telling me that I'm doing something wrong.
Michael says, hey kids, another day in the life. How's it going?
We are good.
And Joe Smith posts the link for the free Snickers.
Yes.
Oh, they're free? Can I send them to myself?
No.
Oh.
No.
You could use your other phone.
Spot on shoeing. At Heidelberg. JK, love you. Nice. Barbecue 76 says, when you said, how do you pronounce that word? I thought you were making fun of her saying sneakers, but then it went a different way.
Don't worry. He'll still make fun of me. Have no fear.
120 volt battery weed eaters and backpack blowers. And B. Willen says, Happy Memorial Day. Do you know if/when the Cobalt XTR line of 24 volt tools are coming to Canada? I'm sorry, but I do not. I have not heard anything about a Canadian rollout. And let's see.
Daughter
Here.
of Ross says meats: boneless chicken, turkey, pepperoni, hamburger, bacon, beef jerky. I think you also eat hot dogs, but you
Is
didn't
that really
include
technically a meat?
It comes from animals, so I'm gonna say yes.
Probably made from long pork. See who the literary types are in here. Ion says, my wife has the Atlas 80 volt mower on her wish list. When she gets it, I'm so putting the old turbo for my Subaru on the Husqvarna.
I read that
you read
earlier.
that?
Yes.
His wife wants the 80 volt.
I know. She's like me.
You don't mow the yard.
I don't mow the yard, but I do get excited about like appliancy, like
You do.
things
that
that
much is
typically husbands get shot for buying their wives.
Jay says, do you think the titanium is the future for tools and knife blades? Do you think that titanium is the future? I don't know. So titanium is great, but I don't know how easily it is to resharpen. So once it goes dull, what's the process for sharpening titanium? Because basically the softer the metal is, the more of a hone you can put on the razor kind of edge you can get it. I mean, well, it can't be like too soft because then it won't even hold the edge. So there's this medium in there where you get, truly razor sharp. And if you go any harder than that, it can be sharp, but it easily loses that sharpness because it becomes brittle.
Just a reminder that if you do the @the_Den_if tools, we will get to it. So it does sometimes take us a little bit. We do get behind. I feel like somebody's locked in a room right now. I can hear them trying to get out.
But like it says right above me. Right
yes.
there.
I was like pointing, but I didn't know where it was. So yes, we will get to it. So you don't have to repeat the question. Just a reminder.
As you can see, here,
there.
here, and here.
And Rye Nirvana has some ketchup chips coming in the mail Tuesday. So are you having those flown in from overseas? Or
Ketchup chips?
Yes, I've only ever seen them overseas. So that's why I was asking.
They make chips with ketchup.
No, like they're ketchup flavored. Kind of like barbecue or...
Nope. Pass. Moving on. Snoop says, what's up, Bear? Not a whole lot. I'll be honest, it's been a lazy kind of Sunday around here.
It was, but I think it's because this week, I feel like this week's really going to be kind of...
I got a video done today, and that's about it. I did, however, defeat Rome in a one-on-one game in Civilization. That was interesting. Other than that, we watched a movie with the Cubs, and you made some delicious food.
Yep. Ryan Nirvana says Canada, so that's where they're coming from.
Ah. And Ian says, I love my U.S. General 5-drawer cart. I never close the lid, though.
Okay.
Tim asks, do you think the 21-gallon oil-less will run the Earthmate? I think he means the Earthquake. It will, but only in short bursts. The nice thing with the oil-less is it does have a really high pressure. And so sometimes you can make up for CFM with PSI in short bursts. But you're not going to get that continued power like you would with a larger compressor.
So a whole bunch of people are chiming in and saying that ketchup chips are like a big thing in Canada. I had no idea. Probably because I've never been to Canada. Yes, you heard it here. Never been to Canada. Been a lot of other places, not Canada. So apparently it's a Canadian thing, and apparently they're quite tasty. Now I'm going to have to go find some. We're kind of close to the Canadian border if we drive.
We're 3.5 hours, maybe 4.
I'm just saying, we could drive there. We could be like, excuse me, Mr. Canadian border agent person. I don't have,
chips?
yeah, can you just, I will give you some dollars. Can you, they're not Canadian, but maybe you could, yeah. So apparently I need to try ketchup chips now. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to hard pass on that. Donna Ross says, I forgot the hot dogs. LOL, thanks. And Mr. Toolman says, the DeWalt Vices are of Rural King Web 5.
Princess Jamie says,
Not sure what that means.
The first time I had ketchup flavored chips was in Saudi Arabia. So see, I feel like I've seen it like when I was in Australia. It seems like there were ketchup chips. I also want to say that I might have seen them in Europe, but maybe not. It was a long time ago. The older I get, the more I realize that I did most of my traveling like ancient ago. Did the math. I was like, 20 years ago I did that. Oh, Ryan Nirvana says Amazon has them. So that's cool.
Eric says the best thing Harbor Freight has is those strips for holding wrenches, sockets, etc. I put them on everything.
They are awesome. I totally agree. Steven says, by the way, Ricky can now say shine on.
Oh,
Yay!
good for
That's
him.
super awesome. We love you, Ricky. We hope you're being good for your mom and dad.
Jesus asks, what do you think of the Harbor Freight wired impact gun? It's not bad for a DIYer. It's not the most powerful thing out there. But for basic around the garage kind of thing, it'll get, you get wheels off of most vehicles. It'll do most jobs you're going to ask of it.
Paul St. Marie says, greetings. Says the tiger ears are cute. Good. I'm glad you liked him. I was feeling a little
Hold on.
Karen Baskany.
I was going to say, you've got tiger ears. Does that make me the Lion King or the Tiger King?
That's right.
Jeez.
Where are your husbands?
I don't have enough hair for that.
Scorpion Sunday says hello, and Savvy Steve said bribing the Mountie for food might not end well. I'm just saying.
It will if I stay on this side of the border.
Right. Be like, yep.
Just throw it over here.
Michael says at the Den of Tools, Canadians are wonderful people. Sure, they will help you with your chip quest. Fairly sure I saw them in Kansas. Just not a fan of catsup. Okay. Whoa.
Come on.
Come on.
There she is.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a hound. There's a lovely hound. Hi.
Hi. She's like, is the other half of dinner up here? Oh, she's gonna hit your
that's
keyboard.
my face. That's nope. Sorry, yelling in your ear. Yeah.
Yep. Whew. You know who I have not seen tonight is Jennifer Whitewolf.
Oh yes.
I hope she's doing well.
Oh my gosh. Dog.
Oh my goodness. I think I'm saying your name right. Scrapier. Scrappier.
Sleipnir, the seven-legged horse.
SCRAPIR says, I used to subscribe to you, but YouTube unsubscribed me. Glad to have found you again.
It does that
You
sometimes.
are totally not the first person to have said that. And we have also found that, like, we have friends who have channels. And we're like, hey,
all sorts of channels.
what happened to so-and-so? How come they haven't posted? And you're like, you go and look and you're like, oh, they have been posting. I've just magically been unsubscribed. So welcome back. Thank you for finding us again. So.
Barbecue 76 says, you keep asking for phone numbers. How about this? You give me your number and I'll call you. But then there's caller ID. Oh, poo. Now what? And Michael says, that's a scary thought. 24 more volt Lion-powered backpack blower. Just the thing you want igniting between your shoulder blades. Just like a Tesla. And Mr. Toolman says, the DeWalt Vices are of Royal King's website. Yes, they are. And
Bro number 2 says, hey guys, I was able to find one of the black Craftsman tool chests at Lowe's thanks to your Facebook page. And I got it for $29. Thanks so much. Such great people and great deals.
That's great. I don't like you.
I super love it. We like it.
I'm joke. I can't find any of those cabinet deals. I've been looking all over.
But we love hearing when you guys score something, and lots of times we know about it, but sometimes you guys let us know about some amazing deal that we haven't seen. So, please do keep posting your stuff.
You know what? I don't think the missus saw this. I'm going to show it to her. And
I'm scared.
No, these are all.
Oh,
Vices.
no, I did see that.
Did you see how much they were? Mm-hmm. That's insane.
Yep.
I'm showing her the picture of the shopping cart with the, what do we got? 1, 2, 3,
7.
6, 7 vices. The 7 deadly vices.
That's
from
right.
DeWalt.
That's probably what his wife said when he got home. Why do we need 7 vices? You're like, obviously.
To sell on eBay, of course.
I honestly think you could use them in the kitchen.
You would probably find a use for that.
I would absolutely.
I have no doubt of that.
Yep.
And hold on just a second. Duncan, go blow your nose.
He can't hear you.
Duncan.
Oi, go blow your nose. Super bad allergies here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is, it's been raining or snowing. We got flowers blooming, trees blooming, spitting buds all over my truck.
Yep.
All
I know. Our friends
over
are
my
like,
truck.
where are you parking? We're like, at our house.
Yeah, under a tree.
Yep.
And the pollen level here is off the chart. And we've been taking, whatchamacallit,
Loratadine.
whatever.
Allergy meds.
Allergy meds.
Poison that I give you every
It
morning.
still makes you want to sneeze your head off.
Sam Brooks says, happened to me too. I lost your channel as well as I lost Grizzly and Bear Overload. Maybe YouTube doesn't like bears.
Duncan.
What?
Snout.
Okay.
Jeez.
Hiram
The boy's gonna
Biffdom
suffocate himself.
says, all day, every day. Brett, thank you so much. He says, hope you're having a blessed day. We are. We hope that you are having a blessed day as well.
Frank did 4 loads of laundry and hung it outside.
I know. Well, that's the exciting life that I lead. I'm going to go do at least 4 loads of laundry.
Hey, I got a question for you. Do you think it would be feasible to use a Harbor Freight cement mixer as a washing machine for laundry? What do you think? I think that would work.
Okay. Here's the thing. Do we have something to crank the clothes through? Because I already have a bum wing.
That'd be no, we don't.
Okay. That's not going to work.
Hold on. We could get the 60-ton hydraulic press.
No.
There's even an air-powered one. We could hook it up to the compressor. We could make a table for it. And you just lay the clothes in there, press the button, poof, flat, almost like, and you can just fold it from there and just completely dry.
It's like you're talking and I can't hear a single thing you're saying.
Rural King took the DeWalt Vices off their website. Oh, well.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. And Reese says Amazon has them. And let's see here. Sharpening titanium is next to impossible. It's the hardest metal in the world. The SR-71 was made out of titanium.
Lancelot Girl says, please give John and Cynthia a shout out.
John and Cynthia,
Hope
howdy
you're
from the Den of Tools.
Yeah.
And did we say hi to Scorpion Sunday yet? If not, howdy.
I think we did, but hello.
And Paul had commented, maybe you saw that he thought the ears were cute.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Paul St. Marie. And I could have sworn that I saw PJ Kentucky. So, hello, good evening, and welcome.
Good evening.
To the Den of Tools. Wahaha. Mr. Doughboy says Jeff is going to get soaked in sardine oil.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's a...
Alex, don't worry that you're late. Sorry, am I stabbing you with the chair again?
Yeah. Ricky says the table saw would be a job site saw. I think and the miter saw for home, but as versatile as possible. I don't want to make a second purchase. Well, the job site saw, in the video I did today, there is the rigid one for $350, and that's an excellent saw. Comes with the stand. I know pros that use that saw. I know people use it at home because you can then fold it up, put it up against the wall. It's a great saw. As far as the home miter saw, if you're looking at a sliding miter saw, I have to say either the Admiral or the, the Hercules from Harbor Freight, depending on your budget. The Hercules with coupons usually around $300. The Admiral is like $170, $180 with coupon. I've had the Hercules now for over a year, and it's fantastic, but it's definitely made to compete with the high-end contractor grade stuff. If you're just doing it for home stuff, you don't need that, and you'd be fine with the Admiral. I always recommend, for home stuff, a less expensive saw with a higher end blade, and that you'll get phenomenal cuts that way, and for the money.
Frank is telling me that I could use the vices to straighten the silverware that the kids bent.
Oh, see?
Maybe just my
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, because they always manage to find like the weakest spoon to like try to get the hardest ice cream out. And I'm like, what? It's like bent around your finger like a ring. What are you doing?
I figured out why they do that.
Because they're children?
Because you refuse to buy ice cream scoops.
I don't believe that's accurate.
Yeah. I don't think you've ever bought an ice cream scoop.
You know, now that you say that, I do remember putting an ice cream scoop away at Callie's and looking at it going, do we need one of these? I can't remember. So yeah.
Every house we've ever been in where we didn't have an ice cream scoop, I'm the person that bought it because I know the kids will do that, and you won't ever buy one because you look at it and go, nope, we don't need it.
Because we have like 7 of them. We have 3 in Vegas. I rest my case.
Where?
I've
only seen one.
We've got like 3.
You are making stuff
Nope.
up. You are lying
Totally
to
not.
your friends and family.
No, I'm not.
You don't deserve to wear those ears.
Are you going to wear them?
No.
Are you going to wear them?
No.
Oh, come on. Just for a minute. It'll go really well with your shirt. Okay, then be quiet. Ooh, something about MacGyver.
MacGruber? Brett says he hope we're having a great day.
We are doing pretty good. Yeah. Princess Jamie says Metabo is a good... Let's try that again. Metabo is a good job site saw.
It is. Rye says, did you wear the tiger ears for him because he's a tiger?
That's right. I did. I was thinking of you when I put them on. LOL says industrial strength washing. Is it scrapier? Scrappier? Please tell me how to say your name if I'm butchering it.
Bro says, hey guys. Oh, we talked about that one. We talked about the cabinet. And we talked about the care package of Canadian grade school.
What?
Ian says, once when I was deployed, I got a care package from a Canadian grade school. It was a box of Lay's ketchup flavor chips. We thought it was a joke. Chips were not too bad, though.
Aw. Lancelot Girl says, thank you for the shout out. We love y'all, and we just bought a house that needs lots of work. Cool. Well, you were at the right place. If we don't know the answer, I'm sure somebody else in our community does. But keep watching and ask questions.
Big Fudge says, do you think the brushed Hercules tools will go down in price when the brushless comes out? Also, Harris makes ketchup potato chips. Find them everywhere in North Carolina. Huh. Will they go down in price? I think it would be a solid bet on yes, that at some point within like 6 months of the brushless stuff coming out, that the brushed drops $5 to $10.
And now I have to do a taste test between the Canadian ketchup chips and the was it South Carolina?
Yeah,
South Carolina.
Actually, I think $10 would be a bit much because they're already being sold as tool only. So I think with coupon and everything else, you'd probably see a $5 drop.
I was just going to say, because American ketchup versus ketchup somewhere else or tomato sauce.
Ketchup.
Yep. I'm guessing the flavor profiles will be vastly different depending on where they come from. I just read something and then I forgot what it is.
Scorpion says, I bought the Milwaukee M18 compact band saw yesterday. Sweet tool. It's a great tool. It's pricey, but it's a great tool.
Lancelot Girl says, thank you for the shout out. We will buy from your online store soon. My girlfriend and I just bought a house at auction that needs a decent amount of work. We love your channel.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you.
It would be great if we saw a picture of what you bought. Or also, the other thing I found is when you make like a super duper mistake when you're doing something, those are also really good to take a picture of, even if you don't share them with someone else, because 5 years from now, you'll be like, remember that time when we knocked down the wrong wall? It'll be really funny then.
Brett says, hope you all are having a blessed day. We really are.
We are.
That's so true.
Dennis Kelly says, I'm getting the Harbor Freight 4x8 folding trailer. What are your thoughts on this trailer? Is it on sale for $269 as opposed to the more expensive Tractor Supply 5x8 trailer? Is it on sale? I think they're asking, is it a good price?
Who has that?
Dennis Kelly.
I'm trying to look for that. Oh, there we go. Well, the big deal with that one, of course, is that it's folding. It's actually got special feet on the back of it with rollers, so you can fold it, set it up on end, slide it like to the side of your shop or something like that. That's its real benefit. If you live in a space or an area where space is, a really big deal, then that is going to be the selling point. It's on sale for $269 as opposed to more expensive. 4x8 versus 5x8. I don't believe you get the ramp that goes with it, and and you do have to assemble it yourself, provide decking and all that 9 yards. It definitely, if you're looking for frugality, it's going to be a cheaper way to go. But you're looking at a bolted together trailer versus a completely welded trailer. That one for the from Tractor Supply, I've dragged all over the Western United States.
Everywhere.
Yeah. In 120-degree heat in the summer in Vegas. It's been a freezing cold winter up here in Montana. It's been through rain. It's been through dry spells and wet spells and the whole 9 yards. And it's still going strong. It was never garaged. Actually, that's not true. It was garaged for about a year. We had garage parking for it. Yeah. And actually, it wasn't even that. It was like 6 months because then we had to put it in a storage area.
Barbecue 76, you are not the boss of me, but I will say it. Pellet pooper.
Oh, geez.
Yep, he has problems. He has to go to the store. James Luke says, hello to you in Nevada or Montana, wherever you may be currently, from Harrisonville, Missouri. We are in Montana for a while.
Michael said the spell check got him before. Wonder Dog will consume any and all excess chips left over from the test program.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to see what happens to those.
Paul St. Marie says, does Harbor Freight have a slip roll for sheet metal work? That would make a decent clothes wringer for Mrs. DeBear.
Dude,
that's right.
I'm trying to think if they do. I know they had like an English wheel kind of thing.
Rye has a good question. Rye says, are you doing a stream tomorrow morning?
No. Well,
no?
She wants to. We probably will.
He was telling me, he's like, just a reminder that it's not happening on Monday because the stock market's closed. So the answer is there's a possibility.
We might run a best of clips. That's a joke. It was humor. Lighten up. She loves doing live streams.
I do. I like doing it in the morning. I see you guys and we talk about breakfast and
I like doing live streams. She gets like the dog about treats. We're doing a live stream, are we? Huh?
Yep. Northern Tool has a slip wheel.
Barbecue 76 says, gonna YouTube real quick. Be back. However, I do have a plan per your request when I, like, if I ever had time, have time. Stay tuned.
Nice.
I'm worried. And Ian says, thanks for the Bauer versus Rigid Shop Vac video. I went with the Bauer. Really love it. Makes quick work cleaning up my home machine shop. I was real impressed with it. There was a lot of features I liked about it. I really find it fascinating, though. All the people who comment and call me a fan bear and a shill for, like, of course you're going to say that the Bauer is the best one and that everyone should buy that. And I'm like, oh, you didn't actually watch the video, did you? Morons. And I've caught people out for the even better than the people who don't watch the whole video and make comments and then get caught out for being idiots, or the people who then try to defend the fact that, well, I didn't have to watch the whole video because I just knew, but you didn't. Frank says you could use the vices to straighten the silverware. We talked about that. Joe Smith, 120 volt string trimmer. Was $300, now $100. Blower 2. What? I gotta take a look at this. Redback Power USA. What is that? 120 volt was $100. Wow. Our story. I couldn't buy anything from them because their symbol there is a black widow, and I'm not a friend of the spider.
Nice.
Nope. Sorry. Won't do it. Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. Wow. They have the same mower that Harbor Freight has. And it's probably, what do you want to bet? What do you want to bet this is the same thing like what's going on with Lethelli, that they got outsourced through somebody else to sell direct? Although it says they're somewhere in Colorado.
Oh my goodness.
What?
New York Trucker 63 says, hello from upstate New York hospital. You
Oh,
are the
geez.
second viewer tonight that is in a hospital in New York. I hope that you are okay. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, honey. Do not do that.
Ow!
Blow your nose.
I did.
You can't breathe over there. Maybe sit up.
Do it again.
I'll flashy you again. Don't make me use the flashy thing.
I dare you.
You won't remember the last 5 minutes.
I dare you.
He's going to
I'm
erase
not
his
going to
memory.
wait while you're ready. I'll do it when you're not ready.
So anyways, I am super sorry that you were in the hospital, and I am super glad that we can entertain you. Rye did say that he would really appreciate it if we would stream tomorrow. Not that I'm pressuring you or anything.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
That she'll poison my food if we don't. That's what it comes down to. Where was I? Ian says, I have the classic Central Pneumatic 21-gallon compressor. Thinking about upgrading to the Fortress 27. What's your thought? Is it worth it? Well, the first thing is, you'll be able to hear again. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. New York Trucker 63 is a respiratory therapist. You're working. Great. I'm so glad you're at the hospital. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot. I remember that now. And what ocean did I find the whale in?
Yes, they're lovely. They need to be moving on.
Is it the Pacific Ocean? Gray whales. I've seen gray whales and humpbacks in the Pacific. Beautiful sight. You could use the Vice. I read that like 3 times.
Yep.
Anyway, as far as the Fortress 27, it's a good compressor. I would almost recommend looking at. I would recommend looking at the Cobalt in the same size from Lowe's. It's about as quiet and usually goes on sale for less money and has a better warranty. The Michael Judy, thanks for all you both do. I'm surprised going to Harbor Freight people don't have coupons. Yeah, it's a lot of people forget the first rule of shopping at Harbor Freight, which is always have a coupon.
Yep. Friends don't let friends shop without coupons ever.
No, never.
Anywhere when you are out and about. M has said, does the central machinery backhoe have enough power?
Well, that's a subjective question. Enough power for what? I've never used it. I've never even seen it in person. I've seen videos of it. I've talked to people here who have it, and they say it's great for, basic kind of stuff, but I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're doing with it. Let's see here. Lancelot Girl says, thank you for the shout out. We'll buy from your online store soon. My girlfriend
we
and I.
read that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay. It was a while ago.
Princess Jamie says she thinks I should wear the ears.
That's what I'm saying.
Give me the dang ears.
That's right. Get your cameras ready, folks. $5 a picture.
Is there a right way or wrong way to wear these things?
Nope, that's backwards. That's backwards.
How would you know?
I know. Just wear it that way. There you go. Which one? Just put them on the way I told you.
I'm pretty sure they're the same both ways.
No, they're not.
I'm not happy right now.
You're a very angry tiger.
This is not right.
Jesus Franco says, shout out from Fort Worth, Texas. Hello.
Logan's Creation says, I'm looking to get into getting a small corded angle grinder from Lowe's for occasional use that's not too expensive. What would you recommend? I'll be honest, I'm not sure what inexpensive angle grinders they have at Lowe's. Whatever's on sale, probably. Have you looked at the Harbor Freight one that they have that goes for like $10? If you're looking for an inexpensive, occasionally used angle grinder, it's hard to beat that.
Joe Smith, I agree. Jeff is so cute. That's right.
Flippin' adorable.
Princess Jamie says, goes well with his hair. Totes adorable. Adorbs. See, Di dislikes him. I'm just saying.
No, I know there's going to be a screenshot of that now of me around the internet.
It's okay.
Nozick says, I'm getting here. Love the new look. Meow Mrs. DeBear, I actually have tomorrow off celebrating those that gave their all. Thank you to those that have served. Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely.
Paul says, does Harbor Freight... Oh, we had talked about the slip roll sheet. And Tim asked, would the McGraw run it to its full potential? Definitely not its full potential. That's for sure. Michael says, now that's an idea. Let's start a rumor that in 2 weeks, Harbor Freight will sell flavored chips. If this all keeps up, one of the 20% off coupon will work on calorie purchases. I've said for a long time that they should have a snack section, because you can cut in some lines there, waiting. Might as well have like a little soda thing and
I think
maybe a taco truck.
I think with COVID, I'm thinking they're probably going to
still like the taco truck idea.
I like the taco truck idea too. Wait a second. Now Barbecue 76 is going to the store? I thought you just went to the store. Is this a prominence or a threat? Nice. Nose Nick says, screenshot going up on Facebook. Nice.
Donna Ross says, be right back. Need to water the plants. Is that like what girls say when
back.
they need
Nope.
to? Oh.
She's back. Nope. Nope. Not. Nope. Nope.
Princess Jamie says that Northern Tool has a slip wheel. And concrete should tumble a lot of clothes at once. See, that was my thought. A concrete truck. Yep. Ooh, that's a great idea. We could open sorting them afterwards, though, would be a pain.
Yep. Ion Redline 06 says, let the viewers know there's a Harbor Freight coupon app. Now they have no excuses. I think that most people know, but that is true. There is a coupon app, and so you should have no excuse. Princess Jamie also said, still serving 13 years and counting. Thank you so much, Jamie. We really appreciate everyone who has served and
we
continues.
We have family that's currently in.
We do.
Your uncle's retired, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he did have full 20 in the Navy, I believe.
We had at least half a dozen family members who are either currently serving or did serve.
Yep.
And this is just in recent generations.
Yep.
And let's see here. Ryan says, Icon says that their tools are designed by them, but the new Flex box end wrenches are same as the Mountain, Cabo, etc. Yeah, just because they're the same or they look similar on the outside doesn't mean that they're the same. Could be different pawl designs, could be spring designs. There's a lot of stuff that they change in those things. Just because they may use the tooling for the main housing doesn't mean that the metal could be different. The layers of chrome on them could be different. It's confusing. You have to really dig deep to find out how much really got changed.
So, Daughter of Ra, I think it does have bear ears. I will go investigate and get back to you. The sets of ears.
I know.
Yep.
Red Sister Black has gotten into the coffee business. Oh my gosh, now what?
Black Bear Coffee.
Oh, that's adorable.
Super cute.
I want to get one of those. We should get one of those for the house up here. One of those standing bear.
Where would that go?
Out front.
In your car?
On the sidewalk.
Okay.
The sidewalk runs literally up to the front of our house, but we're on a dirt road that nobody uses, so.
Yep. Except for us.
Yeah.
Insulum, hello, I'm finally here. I like the shirt. See, I love this shirt. It is one of my favorites. And anyone who ever knew my father knew that he wore a lot of these. So it always kind of makes my heart feel happy.
Duncan, I want you to sit up.
Okay.
You can't lay like that. Your sinuses can't handle it.
So Eric, and I'm going to mutilate your last name. Is it Eglish? Says the super cheap angle grinder has a weird arbor size and standard threaded discs won't fit. The normal cheap Chicago Electric one takes standard discs. Fred Hill says exchanging the jack stand was no problem. Guy brought in 2. The cashier pointed to the new ones. No questions asked.
See, that's the way it should be. Just give me the new ones. Let's see here. Barbecue 76 says, "Holy cow, you said it. It's not a dirty word. It's a barbecue term." Okay, it's still got to go to the store, and of course, I'll ask what I missed when I get back.
Of course you will.
Conman Studio says, "Good evening. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope you had a wonderful day." Did you read that
Rye,
already?
no.
Oh.
Rye, I'm starting to be concerned that perhaps you have a potato chip problem. He says he's eating chocolate-covered potato chips. Did you cover them yourself in chocolate, or did you import them? And I don't know what that means. Oh, the Chinese name is Kuka Tools. Kuka? Kuka? And they're saying, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for translating, Daughter of Ra. 154 watching and only 54 likes.
And Princess Jamie says, "Next purchase will be a tube bender to make a roll cage, as I figured out I need one now."
Oh,
I've
yes.
been wanting to get that tube bender
Yes.
for some time. And
Daughter of Ra, yes, I did like the stream, and I actually know what you're saying now.
the Ron Smith says, "Nice shirt. Was it made in Hawaii? I have a bunch of those." Oh, that's the one you commented on, doesn't it? He said they look very beautiful, but yeah, they're all made in Hawaii with wood buttons, and they made a cold wood.
Like the wood doesn't really warm up. They're cold. I don't think those ones have that.
They're made to look like wood, but I think they're plastic. I've had this shirt for years and years and years. DeBosk asks, "Do you even change your own oil, bro?" It's funny because I've got a video on here of changing the oil. So, yeah, stop listening to rumors and act like an adult. Michael says, "Kids need to run Max Pug around. Needs to be walked. He has no sense of speed. This can take a block of time. As for the kid's nose issue, warm up the wet vac back."
Nice. Just hold one nostril and yep.
One of those, Paul says, "One of those rigid shop vacs ought to be able to clean out the cub's nose."
Dear Falcon says, hi. Sorry I'm late. Been fixing mowers. No worries. Totally understand. We're super glad that you are here. Novice Nick says, y'all check out Facebook. They're both smiling. Okay. James Anthony just liked. He had forgotten to like before. Steve says, hey, Bear, just wanted to let you know you're doing a great job and I love the channel. Awesome. We were super glad to hear it. And thank you for being here and being part of the community.
I am so sorry I can't hear you over the sound of this compressor. It's loud, isn't it? It's a good compressor. We're talking about the Central Pneumatics, the 21 gallon. It's a good compressor for the money, but it is loud.
Colby Clydesdale says, favorite quality tool brand. I think it depends on which.
Yeah, my favorite for power tools is Makita for hand tools. It depends on the hand tool, but generally overall I would say probably leaning towards Tekton. For stationary tools, probably Grizzly. For welders, I'm a big fan of the Harbor Freight stuff. Let's see here, what else is there? For long distance hole punching, I'm a real fan of FN. So, yeah.
Owen's Jeep stuff is saying to you, but also I'm guessing to Princess Jamie, don't buy the Harbor Freight tube bender. We got one and it kinks the tube. My buddy got one too, and he has the same problem.
Ooh,
so I don't
sucks.
think that we have had one of those. I don't think have any experience with that, but that's good feedback to know. I will be right back, but it is also a little after 7. You know what that means.
Time to do a shout out.
Adopt a mod.
So you're going to leave for it?
Yes.
Wow.
For a moment. I'll be right back.
Well, anyway, I got to sit up for this. Sorry, sliding into this chair. All right. Anyway, after 7, and that means it's time for me to get on camera here. There we go. What is it, dog? Anyway, it's time for you, yes, you, to adopt a mod. Please choose one of your very own mods that you can take home tonight for free. That's anybody who has their name in blue with the blue wrench behind their name. Like Joe Smith and Friends are our number one, numero uno mod, and all the other with the mod team here, Donna Raw and others. And as a way, they all let me back up a step here. They all help the channel by keeping the channel cub friendly, answering questions that I can't get to, reminding people to type in at the Den of Tools, make sure we read your comments. And a lot of them are creators in their own right. So as a great way to say thank you to them, we would ask that you go over to their channel and check out one of their videos and say, give it a thumbs up. Maybe even consider subscribing. You never know. So, sorry, I think the altitude got to me for just a second there. Anyway, the point is that we try to support the whole community. The community supports us. We try to, there's other creators who are trying to get their channels up and running. So take a moment and go and check them out as a way to say thank you. Also, a big shout out, big thank you to everyone who supports us with live super chats. Also, our members. That's the ones with the. I'm pointing over here like you can see where I'm pointing. Can you see my mouse? I don't think you can see my mouse. Guess not. Anyway, it's the one that has the little bear behind their name. It's kind of like Patreon, but on YouTube, and that way you don't have to go through any of the other hoops and hurdles going through another website and whatnot. I don't want to know what's going on over there. Come here, dog. What are you doing? Come here. Aren't you supposed to be like co-hosting or something with me when Mom's not here? Come here. Come on. Come on. Up. There she is. That was weak sauce is what that was. She was waiting on Mom. And she's back.
Like dinner out here.
Oh, the whole house still smells like pork chops. It smells good.
PT says, are my eyes going bad or is it really fuzzy? I know that we had this issue before, but it doesn't look fuzzy to me. And last time I noticed it. Says, sorry if it was already discussed. So if anybody else thinks it's really fuzzy.
We were able to fix the quality of the camera.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm projecting in that quality, though.
James Anthony says, Labradog.
Labradog in the house.
Princess Jamie says, altitude getting to you reminds me of hypoxia is a thing. Yes, it is very true. Whoa. M said, I lost all my hair after marriage to Bud. Wow.
Let's see here.
How
you like me now? Look at that.
Slightly overfilling the Harbor Freight 21-gallon compressor oil quiets them down a lot. Not sure why, and it may be harmful as far as I know, but it works.
It is slightly harmful, but as you said, it works.
Daughter Ross says it looks fine on the TV, but fuzzy on my computer. Interesting.
What resolution is the TV? The computer might have a higher resolution.
Insulum says, Princess Jamie, I got hypoxia when I was at 14,000 feet once. Got the oxygen tank for myself, and the pilot was good after that. That's excellent. Sam says, the video is 720p. Seems fine to me.
I want to make everyone nauseous trying to fix this on here.
Okay. Paul St. Mary says, Labra Pup. Joe Smith says, adopt Joe Smith. Got more super awesome celebrities coming up on After Dark. That is so true. Joe Smith has an After Dark with Joe Smith on Friday evenings. Ion Redline 06 says, bears are supposed to be fuzzy, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Wahawk says, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? I found it harder to read that than if I had just said it from memory.
Don't worry, I'm going to get this right eventually here, folks. There we go.
Princess Jamie says, Insulum, I flew privately alone at 10,000 feet and definitely felt it, but not close to hypoxia, though. So, James says, well, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear and he was fuzzy.
There.
PT says, stupid YouTube. I changed the res from auto to 720 and it's nice and clear now, relatively. Yay. Hathead Auto Tool Reviews says, what's up, everyone?
Ion said, let the viewers know there is a Harbor Freight coupon app, so now they have no excuses. There is an app. There's an official app. There's an official app. There's unofficial apps. Mm-hmm. There's all sorts of ways to get coupons. You should never be shopping without a coupon.
Paul St. Marie says YouTube has turned down the default resolution because so many people are streaming. You may need to click on the option and turn it back up. Not sure if you're aware.
Z Captain asks, what's your thoughts on the M12 M18 Surge and just hydraulic impact drivers in general? I've been thinking of buying the M12 Surge with a free 3/8 ratchet on one of the tool sites. Okay, how do I phrase this? It's a personal choice, and I personally am not a fan. I'm not saying they don't work. They work great. Are they quieter? They are quieter. I don't like them. They feel very twisty in the hand because rather than have that hard impact, you get this, you have to fight through with them. I did a video, I think it was the second year we were on here. If you go through my videos, you search for impact drivers in rigid, you should find it. I compared the rigid Gen 5 fluid one, which is what the Surge is based off of, because they're all owned by TTI, versus the Gen 4, which is the standard impact, versus the Cobalt impact, versus the Harbor Freight NiCad impact. And I preferred the Cobalt impact, but my buddy who was doing it with me, he preferred the rigid. So I would say it's a personal preference. If it works for you, it works for you. A lot of people swear by it. They've gotten great reviews. They're the ones, I don't know if they patented the technology or invented it, but they've definitely perfected it. So I don't think you can go wrong with it unless you just don't like the feel of it. And it could just be me being older and just being stuck in my ways that I don't want to change. So
sorry. Dale said, K24 said, had a black bear this morning wander through the yard. Yikes. And Dale says, hello from the state of Jefferson. Yes, screen
the free state of Jefferson.
Did not say free state.
Well, I'm adding
/ was fuzzy. Fuzzing. Zaphiel says, change it to 144p if you want to see the Den of Tools looks like after drinking. What?
Remember how you made me put on ears?
Uh-huh.
You ever heard of revenge is a dish best served cold?
Mm-hmm. Knock yourself out.
Who wants to see the missus when she was, what were you, in your 20? No. Late teens?
Late teens.
Late teens here? Found that picture. Change the glare. That's the box her dad made for her.
I love how he calls it a box. It's a hope chest.
Is it a box?
It's different because girls want hope chests. We don't go, hey, I really want a box to put my stuff in. That's
literally what that is.
No, it's a hope chest.
Is box, right?
Oh my gosh.
I win. Moving on.
I love how that's your revenge. You know I'm going to have to go find something to revenge you back.
Let's see here. Where do we go here? Come on.
Princess Jamie says, in them, I drove 100 miles to the middle of nowhere to wheel, pitched a tent in my car trailer, and camped there. Cool.
Let's see here. Our exchange jack. Fred says exchanging the jack stand was no problem. Guy brought it in. We talked about bringing in the cashier, doing an easy exchange. We talked about that.
Daughter of Ross says she has a hope chest. It was her grandmother's. See?
Box. And Salem says, I took the top and doors off my Jeep today. It was nice. I got the windows open all day. Beautiful day here in Milwaukee. I am so jealous. If my wife loved me, she'd buy me a Jeep. A CJ7.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about the CJ7.
Or a Scrambler. I'd be okay with a Scrambler.
Okay. Quiet time for you. Do it yourself human says, memory chest at the Den of Tools. Hashtag women never forget. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Hashtag box.
Princess Jamie says, Jesse, I still have a hope chest. No hard feelings. And no, it's not a box. See?
A hope box? Box of hope? Box of dreams?
No,
Still
no.
box.
Nope.
6 sides?
Mm-mm.
Top opens?
Nope.
Box.
Nope.
Rye says, I bought them, LOL. Ethan says, you need to get your kid Mucinex D with pseudoephedrine It's the only thing that will break up mucus buildup. Ask a pharmacist for it. That is the only thing that will really like kick it in the nads, as it were. But we try to stay away from the harder end prescription kind of stuff because every drug you take, there's a side effect for. So
Jamie is supporting your love of the CJ7. Says CJ7 all the way, Jeff.
all the way, every day.
Thanks, Princess Jamie. Are you going to pay for it and deliver it? I'm just saying. We would like that. Delivering.
There's one down the street. I might just go buy it.
But it's not ours.
It can be ours.
No. Do-it-yourself human says, hashtag not box. Sorry.
Hashtag box. And I bet I could trade your ears for it.
My ears for the CJ7? These ears?
Yep.
Or like these ears?
I was going to say with you attached.
You would be hungry.
Just FYI, my name is like the language. Well, that seems a little hoity-toity. My name is like the language. I'm sorry. I'm teasing.
I
Hit
whacked
me.
him. Whatever.
No, I'm just joking, man. No need to say it on air. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. Nice ride there, too. He's the one with the plane in his icon.
Yep.
And let's see here. Oh, we talked about Owen said don't buy the Harbor Freight tube bender. It kinks the tubes. I personally would see a doctor about that. You got kinked tubes. Walk it off. Do some stretching first.
Iron Redline really, really loves it when I chew ice.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Somebody forgot to comment last time that when you need to take the glass away from the microphone because they can really hear the ice.
I'm just chewing it. That's what they can hear today.
Ian says, I got a Hercules 7-amp angle grinder a year ago. I absolutely love it. I like it better than the Metabo we had at my old job. I've heard great things about the Hercules. I will admit, I know some people who were on that project and they bragged immensely about it. I will say this. Shut up, Moto.
That's not the search.
Nobody likes you, Moto. And they're really smart guys. And they really wanted to do some really high-end tools there. And, and they got the clearance to do it. So they're really, they're very proud of their grinders. Hello from Roswell, New Mexico, Tony says. And Daughter Ross says he did. He posted this screenshot with the ears on Facebook. Of course they did. New York Trucker says, I bought a pancake compressor from Home Depot. It is junk. Is the Harbor Freight one any good? No. Any of the... Okay, let me walk that back. I'm not a fan of pancake compressors. The Fortress one that they just came out with is supposed to be much better than your average one. There are some higher end Fortress compressors. But I'll be honest, if you buy a compressor under $100, you should consider it disposable. There just is not yet a way with the technology to make a reliable long-term compressor for under $100. Now, that isn't to say like, oh, it was a factory return or something like that. I'm talking about the standard MSRP price. Does the live stream run on compressed air? He might be running low on air. And let's see here. Rice says, I do Minecraft videos. You and the Cubs should talk. They love doing Minecraft video stuff. Ian says, long distance hole punching, good one. For that, I prefer Springfield. I had Springfield for a long time, but I'll be honest, I even got rid of my my FNs, and I now have, for handheld, I've got some custom builds, and for long distance, I have, I just forgot not Stevens, I have Savage.
For a second there, I had no idea what you're talking about.
And for, let's see, multi-pellet design, I've got some Turkish made, I think it's TriStar or something, and I've got Beretta.
Big Ken, New Jersey. Were you in the middle of a thought? Or were you done?
I was going to say, Big Fudge says, I bought the titanium Flux 125. Now I can weld everything from the crack of dawn to a broken heart.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
I can tell you, I have that same one. I'm really impressed with it.
Big Ken, New Jersey says, watched one of your Tech10 videos last week. You mentioned the ease of tool warranty. It was really ridiculously easy. Took a pic of the tip of the tool, I'm assuming, number 2 tip, and sent me a new one. Thanks, Bear.
Yep.
So, yes, that is super awesome. 2JZ for me says, will there be a 25% off coupon at Harbor Freight this Memorial Day?
I didn't see one. Maybe they might be holding off for Father's Day. They might be holding off in general because of the whole COVID thing. They're trying to make it so that you can do most of your ordering online or wait until after everything is lifted. So they've been kind of weird with coupons lately. Mike says, "Hey y'all," and we're into the fuzzy bareness though.
Yep. Princess Jamie said, I bought an air compressor at Tractor Supply for my home shop when I was 15, and it has worked flawlessly still to this day. I will be using the same one for many more years to come.
Oh, wow. Did you see K24's comment about the black bear in their yard this morning?
Yep, we talked about that.
Aya says, can I come live with you in Montana? I can pay you in honey. Man, if we had space, I would be happy to host some people. We did have one person come and stay with us for a while, and it was pretty cramped.
Yep.
This is a pretty small home up here, but we get all of Montana to play in, so that makes it nice. Mm-hmm. I finally convinced the wife that the plan is now to try and save up and buy some land outside of town, put a small cabin or even a manufactured home on. Mm-hmm. And what I want to do is I want to spend like the week out there and then come into town for the weekends.
I might not come to
or
town.
not.
Mm-hmm. Paul St. Marie said, is Tech10 rebranding Mayhew Punches?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the punches.
Barbecue 76 said, someone said, does the live stream run on compressed air?
Yes.
So many jokes in there. Some say the bear runs on hot air. Okay, I'll be good. Fill it with your own jokes. Daughter Frost says, Barbecue 76, no, he runs from the hot air because it's from a flamethrower.
Nice.
Yep.
And DIY Human says, what's up? I tried the DeWalt fan. It sucks. Took it back. See, if I make any comment on that, then people are just going to call me a DeWalt hater. And I've yet to be impressed with much of the stuff that comes out of Stanley Black & Decker that's not the really high-end stuff. And fans are not it. I replayed, and Michael says, I replayed Mrs. DeBear's pouting lip from last week's live chat a few times just to get a good laugh. Hello, Clarice. That's such a terrible look. And Simon says, what are your thoughts about using regular sockets on a Milwaukee 18-volt impact driver? You can do it. It's not recommended, but you can do it. Typically, impact sockets have a thicker wall, and the type of heat treating on the socket is combined with the metallurgy. Okay, let me put it this way. I have talked to a lot of people who are the engineers behind sockets from several different companies, and I have as yet to get a clear and concise explanation as to why we have to have impact sockets or we have to have chrome sockets. The only thing that's been stated is that chrome sockets are for use when you're dealing with stuff where access is very narrow and you need to be able to get into it to get that socket in there. So I can see that in a few cases. But yeah, it's I think really the reason the impacts are better is because they're just thicker walled, honestly. And
someone asked their question again about your shirt.
When I put my shirt, you know why I'm wearing this shirt tonight? It's laundry night.
It is laundry night. But it is not from Hawaii.
No.
Matt says, daughter of Ra brand flamethrowers for when you really have to roast. No questions asked. That's right.
But the funny thing is, I do get a lot of compliments on this shirt.
Perspective Media said, Mike Adams, I asked the Harbor Freight employee about the shelves being less full. Excuse me. He said they were getting trucks every other week and moving products from one store to the other based on demand.
Yeah, they've had to do that due to the lack of the distribution centers. Novosnick says, she's way too hot for you, Red. Way too hot. Count your blessings.
Aw. I love you.
That's entirely true.
Totally not true.
Um,
it was Ronald Smith that was asking. He said, sorry if I'm repeating myself. Had to go away, find out about the shirt. It's not from Hawaii, but they are beautiful.
I need to get more shirts like this. I wish I could remember where we got it.
I remember where we got it.
Okay, well, you should get me more.
Okay.
Is the box nice with good-looking dovetails? I'm trying to remember if it has dovetails.
It doesn't have dovetails.
It is really
It has a
nice.
hinge. I know, the dovetails are, yeah.
I mean, it's got a piano hinge.
Yes. Why you make my brain work?
Oh my gosh. Joshua Delgado asks, what think about rigid tool like Gen 5 circular saw and the Octane Circ saw? What think about rigid tool bears? Do you like their brand? Let us know. I do like rigid. I think they make great tools. The Gen 5 stuff, the brushless stuff, the Octane stuff is exceptional. I think the tool design is a little bit silly. I think they go a little over the top going for that extreme tool kind of look. The overmolding is a little out there. The price on some of the higher end stuff gets kind of close though to stuff like the Makita and the Milwaukees and the DeWalt's and such. The battery on rigid is they have some higher end batteries that have gotten better. Their standard batteries are on the okay side. There's nothing special to write home about. I've heard a lot of people complain about the life of the batteries, that they don't take as many recharges as they should. And the big issue I have with rigid is the lifetime service agreement for the tools, that they make you jump through all these hoops and they really use every excuse they can to get out of standing behind that tool. And it's something I run into, and I've been doing this for a while, and before this I did, running companies, I've had to, deal with sourcing product and that kind of stuff. And one thing I've learned is I've gotten a nose for companies that are how they're going to handle customer service. And I can tell within one or two conversations what this company's attitude is towards customer service, because there's essentially two types of companies from what I found. The company that puts customer service first, and they're like, okay, yeah, that's all red tape. We don't really care about this. Let us get you the product. We're going to get it refunded, and they'll iron everything out afterwards. And then there's the company that's like, okay, let's throw out as many hurdles as we can while we're saying, we're going to say this. With one hand, we're going to say, hey, we really want to help you. And the other hand, I say, but all you need to do is fill out these 27 forms in triplicate, take pictures of the product from 27 different angles, have it signed off by your mother and a coworker, and and then we're going to come back later and say, well, you see, subset paragraph 5 says that you can't do that with this if it's a Tuesday and the sun's out, but the day ends in a Y. So sorry, all your warranties are null and void.
Welcome, Stephen Moffat. Welcome to the den.
New member, Den of Tools. Woohoo! Welcome to the Den of Tools.
Thank you so much. And Matthew Bean says, howdy, y'all. Bear, you had better get your den ready. Is he coming? Is he coming to visit? Hey, Matthew.
Raggy.
Nice to see you.
And let's see here. Ian says, okay, I give up. I'll tell you where the treasure at. Just no more ice chewing.
We already read that one.
I'm going to turn off your microphone.
Matt says, I had cowboy chicken grillers and corn on the
Ooh,
cob.
that sounds
What
awesome.
are cowboy chicken grillers?
They have little saddles on them.
Oh, I thought they had hats.
Well, they probably have hats too. Walk it off, rub some dirt on it, but if you pick it, it'll never heal.
That's right.
Let's see here. Da-da-da.
Joe Smith cooked a can of chili. Joe Smith said 4
He's quite the
hours
chef.
of working on an ATV. Yes.
I say that as somebody who's probably not made a meal for himself in years.
Yep. But if you subscribe to Joe Smith's channel, he might be able to share some more
Snicker
meal
knowledge.
Yes. Snicker knowledge, chili knowledge. He did 4 hours of working on an ATV today.
Oh, that's cool.
Titus says, Joe, I hope you opened the can first. You know. Dean says, hey, ya bear fam. Hello.
And Paul said that pancake compressors generally suck. Give me a nice 80-gallon vertical 2-stage. Yeah, that if you got the space for it and the money. And Matt says, I have 2 Harbor Freight oil pancake compressors bought in 2000 or before 2008. Consider them both disposable, but they are still working. Well, that's the thing with them is that they might keep working and they might not. That's the issue with the older or the less expensive coatings used in oilless compressors.
Paul St. Marie said hope chests are usually made out of cedar, which doesn't lend itself to fancy joinery. The cedar keeps the moths away from all those cambric shirts made for the future husband. Mm-hmm. So, yes, mine is cedar lined.
Is he talking about the boxes again?
Yes. Not boxes. Hope chests.
You said yes. I think that answers it all for us right there.
Daughter of Frost says Paul St. Marie and the linens and clothes. That's right.
Go ahead and read a few more comments. I gotta do something real quick.
Eric English says smoking brisket for tomorrow. That sounds delicious. I'm always open to pictures of people smoking their brisket. Inslim says, I don't really like brisket, but I hope it's great for you. That was nice. Cletus Delroy Jojo Jones Spunkler the 14th says, I need a bench grinder. What do you recommend? Quality and reliability is the most important factors to me. Hope chest does not equal box for a dork.
Really, it does. It says it right there on screen.
Sure doesn't.
And so quality and reliability is your biggest issue. How soon do you need it? Because when it comes to like the Harbor Freight stuff is decent for DIY home use kind of stuff. If you're looking for something big, serious, that's going to last hundreds of years kind of thing, your best bet, and I always hate this answer because people always chime in, just buy it used, blah, 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 blah. But really it is. The best answer is to sit on Craigslist / offer up. What are the other ones?
Talk to your friends.
Talk to your friends. Well, no,
The
but
Facebook
apps you
Marketplace.
use. Facebook Marketplace. Offer up. What's the other one? Because I use offer up and you use something different.
I do use something different.
And she doesn't know what it is.
I don't know what it's
Anyway, keep an eye on those, on the reseller kind of stuff. And just haunt that for, 6 months to a year. And usually you'll find something pop up. There's like an older jet or a Daytona or, not Daytona, Dayton. Daytona.
Let go.
Let it go. Let go.
Yeah.
A Dayton or what's the other one I'm trying to think of? Is it Rockler? Am I thinking Rockler? I don't know. Anyway, just one of the older ones with the nice big solid motor on it, because that's all it is. It's a big motor with a spindle on it, and so you just want the best quality motor you can find.
Mark and Ian Redline both said let go. Yes, that is.
There you go.
Yes.
So I'll take it.
Whoa. Do-it-yourself human says cow meat is $15 a pound on the East Coast right now. Holy cheese and
Yikes.
crackers.
That's insane.
Perhaps you should take a short trip and bring a chest freezer and just go somewhere where it's way cheaper than that. Princess Jamie, yes, let go.
And she also said, I bought an air compressor at Tractor Supply for my home shop when I was 15. It has worked flawlessly. Still to this day, I will be using the same one for many more years to come. Is it the hot dog style one? Because I used to have that compressor. And it was a lot like the Harbor Freight one. It was loud, but as long as you change the oil, it lasts a long, long time. And Michael's back from walking the pug. Yes, it all walked out. Just takes a while. And Di says, my 5-gallon pancake has done dozen of roofs. What brand is it?
Mark says welder for beginners. Are you asking what is the best setup?
There's an argument about that. One of the arguments says you should buy a stick welder and throw yourself into the deep end, learning to, strike the arc and deal with all that stuff. The other half says, do MIG. I honestly think that flux core is a great way for most people to start welding because it's dead simple. You don't need any extra materials. Don't do it inside in a closed environment because cancer. And you want good ventilation. But it will do most things, and you can get a good flux core welder for pretty cheap. And you can really buy some really decent wire out there for use with it. So I have the Harbor Freight one. They sent that to me. I bought the Chicago Electric one. I had that. It was okay, but I would definitely recommend getting the titanium one over that. If somebody else has a different one they want to refer to, please let me know. What?
Puppers is having allergies.
Oh, poor hound.
Zaffiel says a hope chest is also called a dowry chest, a cedar chest, a trousseau chest. How come I can't pronounce that word tonight? Or a glory box is a piece of furniture.
Box.
MS says not a box. Doug says, you guys are awesome. We are awesome, except for my husband that seems to be having some sort of trouble with his brain. Maybe he had a head injury with all the tools that we have. No, not a box.
6 sides.
Nope.
With a hinge.
Nope.
Box.
Nope. Dean says, don't get caught meat smuggling. That's true.
Family friendly channel, guys. Come on.
I'm just saying, I don't know if there's like a law about like bringing meat across state lines. If you get arrested, please don't call us for bail money. Steven says, change the name to Tim Allen Tribute. Nice.
Well, the thing is, do you realize that the whole Tim Allen thing with Home Improvement was a send up of This Old House? Because I'm old enough, I grew up watching that.
You are old.
Excuse me, I'm hella old. Thank you.
DR Falcon says, my father got a bench grinder from Montgomery Ward back in 1959, and it's still going.
There you go.
Hey,
Steven
Client
says,
Graphics.
hey, how's it going, man? Steven says, I can see Harbor Freight waiting until the COVID thing being over when returning to the special sales. And All Life Hacks for You says, what do you think about a DIY go-kart build? You should do that. Actually, the Cubs have been wanting to do one. We might do one. Thing is, if I do one, I probably want to do it electric so I could use my batteries.
Do you want what?
Do an electric go-kart and use it so I could use the batteries from the cordless tools.
I love how you think we have time for that.
Yeah.
Prince-
Ian says he's going to bring his machine shop.
Cool.
See? There we go.
Princess Jamie says, I will recommend against welding flux core in your kitchen. A used Miller-Matic 141 is great for starting off, and the Miller has a great how-to video as well. So there you go. Paul St. Marie says, start with stick. Been listening to AVE. Flux core is cheap and simple but messy. No one's listening to AVE.
Lots of people do.
Yes.
I've heard it from people besides AVE. I have a lot of friends who are professional welders, and they always look at it as like, well, if you're going to go into it, get into it because years down the road it'll help you with this. But for a lot of people, they just want to learn to do the basics. They're not going to go to the next step. They're never going to be doing TIG. They're never going to be doing that kind of stuff. And So for 99% of the people who try it, flux core, they may go as far as MIG, but they may not go, they probably won't go further than that. And Princess says, I was working at Wendy's and it took several checks to get said air compressor.
Because she purchased it when she was
which is
15. Super awesome.
Good for you for having a job at 15.
Yes, absolutely. Javier Estrada, $2 super chat. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry. Welcome. $2 super chat. Bing, ding, ding, ding. And Client Graphics with the 99 cents. Thank you.
Chris, go on, give your
Bing,
days.
bing, bing.
Chris from Clients Graphics. Hey, be sure to go check out his video. I know I said I was going to do a video on comparing the Knipex and the Doyle and all the Cobra style pliers, water pipe pliers, and he beat me to it. He did a whole video on it. It's really good testing, and a great overview of just the general properties of the different wrenches. And like the summary, which is basically that they're all pretty good. Just get the one that works for you the way you like it. Jeez, dog, what is your deal?
She's cuckoo pants.
Closing the door.
And, thank you, Hound. Joshua says, hey, Bear, about the rigid tool, I think they're good tools. I like them. I'll like the hammer drill octane. I'm trying to expand my tool collection. What do you think? Oh, we answered the rigid tool stuff. Again, I will get to the stuff. We get a little behind, so don't repeat the questions because it just gets me confused. I feel like I'm caught in a time warp. Jason says, Barbecue 76, the only time to run compressed air anymore is burrito night. Nice. Very nice.
Hey, use the tools you got to save your family.
And Salem asks, what species is Red? He is a North American tool bear. And let's see here. Steve says, we, Menards, have been keeping the 11% rebate for everything for a while now with the COVID stuff happening. I have to say, we had a viewer who bought some of the tools. I think he bought them online. And he was nice enough. He's like, hey, I think you're kind of near Menards. I can't use the rebate. Can I send it to you?
Which is super nice.
Which is very nice. Unfortunately, the nearest Menards to us here is still 400 miles. So, no, that's not going to work for us.
Yeah. Barbecue 76 with the $5.76 super chat. Like always, I'm doing 10 things now, so I can't annoy you to the best of my ability, but give me time and I'll get to it. Then we can see a blushing bear. Barbecue 76, $5.76. Bing, ding, bing, 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 bing.
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 I'm really behind. Let me catch up here real quick. Steven says, no other special sales. Kirk says he bought a Savage for his left-handed son when he was younger. Savage has a great warranty. For an out-of-the-box tool, Savage is one of the best you can go with. Ronald says, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I had to go. We talked about the Hawaiian shirts. Chrome sockets are thinner and rust-proof. Impact sockets are thicker walled and have black oxide finish, which won't flake off under impact. Eric says, I recently found out Harbor Freight has a really good parts department along with an easy return. Reed valves for the 21-gallon compressor are $6. They did. They've really brought their parts department up to a whole nother level. I can't wait for it to be completely online. That will be amazing. And Ian says, I've broken so many chrome sockets back when Sears would just give me a new one when Craftsman was awesome. Never broken impact socket, but have worn them out.
Joshua Robinson with the $5 super chat. Hey, I ordered from Harbor Freight online and it actually showed up in less than a week.
Wow.
Thanks. And everyone hit the like button. Aww,
do you need to go outside? Outside, Hound? Outside?
Thank you for the $5 super chat.
Oh
Cover your ears. 3, 2, 1. Bing, ding, 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 ding,
Oh
ding,
my
ding.
gosh. Hi, come on. Okay, come here.
Okay.
Whoa.
And we get a crazy Labrador. Whoa.
Hi.
Why is there a line on the screen?
Don't worry about it. Oh my gosh. Hi. Are you okay?
She really needed to be in your lap.
Oh, you need ear rubs? Did you?
Hey, Groovejet says, hi there. I forgot you were on. It's nearly 3 a.m. here. When do you sleep, honey? When do you sleep? Sorry, I'm off frame. The dog needs lovings.
Ian says, have you ever looked at or used rugged smartphones? I got a Ulefone Armor 3, but will never buy an overpriced Samsung again. You should take a look at it. I have looked at ruggedized phones before.
Oh my goodness.
I don't buy high-end smartphones anymore. I buy, I won't spend more than $200 on a phone.
Big Ken, New Jersey says, dog is beautiful.
Duncan, please take the dog outside. Take her for a walk or something. She needs to work something out.
Walk her on the block, please.
Or just let her outside first and see if that does something. She's been having some tummy issues.
Yes.
And let's see here.
Inslim says, I love when the missus says bing and how happy she sounds. Also, your dog is great. I really do get excited by the bings.
Yeah, she does.
And apparently Bella does too.
Yeah. And Matt said, cowboy chick grillers are chicken breasts stuffed with jalapeno and cheese wrapped in bacon slices.
Oh my gosh. How did I not know that this was a thing? What are they called? Cowboy chicken grillers?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, maybe not you. I'll have to go investigate that more because that sounds
You
delicious.
lost me at jalapeno.
Okay, why is the dog inside?
I don't know. Donna Ross says, my grandmother still had some of her mother's silk nightgowns, like 70 years old. The little dress my grandmother wore to her mother's funeral and her wedding dress. Wow.
Aw, that's awesome.
What's going on?
She's fine.
No.
Take her out.
She's just excited.
Duncan, please
Please what?
take her for a walk.
You just said let her outside.
And did she do anything?
No, she
Then
just went out there.
take her for a walk.
Come on, Bella. Come on.
Go on, Bill. Let's see here. Frank says, at Denna Tools, Joe Smith shows me tools that I can make up my own uses for them.
That's right.
Flamethrower. Flamethrower for what? I didn't do anything. Dennis said, did you ever fix your P80 slide issue? Yeah, let's see here. I'm planning to do a whole video on that. I was hoping for this other part to come in. But basically, man, let's see here.
It's going to be in another
Yeah,
video.
I got banned from the Reddit page for
Honesty.
for being honest about the entire situation and saying that I was going to do a video on it because I'm a YouTuber and I do reviews on stuff. So basically, they agreed that they would help me if I didn't do a video, but if I was going to do a video, they didn't want to have anything to do with me. And then another major YouTuber, I don't know if he's a major YouTuber, but he's a YouTuber who's become big for the P80 stuff, reached out to me and said that he would help me, but then said, well, it seems like you're intent on doing the video. I'm like, well, I have to do the video because it would be dishonest not to do the video. You know, because think about it. If you're trusting somebody who does reviews and they only do reviews of things that work and they never comment about the things that don't work because they're getting secret backdoor deals to fix those problems.
Yep.
So they'll stay quiet.
It's not integrity. It's not.
That is the very, and I'm like, you do understand. And they flipped out, and then the company reached out to me and basically said the same thing. And I offered them a chance to work with me, to answer questions, like I've done with every other company that we'd had issues with. Like I did with, who was it? The company that sells refurbished tools. I just forgot the name. We got the jacket from and whatnot.
Yes, I know.
But anytime I've had a company where I have something negative, I go above and beyond to try and be like, hey, this is my opinion, but I'll let you hear it from the horse's mouth. And they told me I was threatening them for offering them that. I'm like, because you can either be part of the conversation or people will just hear my point of view. And they're like, well, your thinly veiled threats. It's not a threat. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. It's either going to be just me talking or you can be part of the conversation too.
Right.
Anyway, they then sent me a replacement. And it is nothing like the product that they sell to the end user. And I'm going to do a video on it. It's really disheartening because I see a lot of these companies start up and try to service that community. And in the end, all they really do is take advantage of that community behind this thinly veiled, you're talking about thinly veiled threats of, well, if you do anything, you'll put us out of business and then you guys won't have anybody to protect you. I'm like, oh, I thought we were the ones doing the protecting. Anyway,
I have a super chat, and you need to catch
Okay.
up. Dear Falcon says, $5 super chat says, what are we saving for this week? And ding away. Okay, cover your ears. Ricky, cover your ears too. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Couldn't help myself. I got excited.
What are we saving for this week? You know, I don't know. I could joke and say bourbon because we're out of bourbon still.
Yeah, we are still up.
I did finish off the rum. It wasn't very good. We got the lights. I'm looking up at the lights right now. So we got the lights. We have the microphones. We have the new camera. We're just waiting on the permanent power supply, so it can be plugged into AC rather than having to run it off the battery. I don't know. What would you guys like to see next? What should we put the money towards on the channel? Is there something that the channel, the video, the audio, something that's lacking? Is there a specific tool that you think we should get in to test? You know, as I like to say, it's as much your channel as it is mine. So where do you want to see us go with that?
So I know that will take a little bit for you guys to think about. Try to catch up.
Jeff Hurley said, Happy Memorial Day. Let's see, we talked to the dowry chest. What do you think of Walmart Heart tools? The power tools I looked at, we talked about those before. The hand tools, I haven't really looked at their hand tools, so it's really hard for me to say as far as that's concerned. I think that within 6 months to a year, as the price settles, we see some of the Walmart rollbacks kind of stuff, we'll start seeing some really good deals on those things. Paul says start with sick. Yeah, we talked about that. Yes, dear.
Didiz says green screen, which we have talked about.
We have talked about doing a green screen.
So that is her suggestion. That's the first suggestion.
What do you guys want? Do you want a green screen behind us? We could do all sorts of images. Sorry, my hair or something in my ear. Or do you prefer the au naturel background?
JD Large also says, Heidi ho, neighbors. I've been MIA forever, but all is good. Just wanted to say hi and hope you all are well and keeping busy and healthy. So no worries. Super glad to have you back.
Thank you, by the way.
Yep.
And Ian says, got the Harbor Freight 8-inch bench grinder. Had to machine the wheel flanges true so the wheels don't wobble like crazy. Great grinder now. I had the... I can't remember if it was 8-inch or 6-inch. I had that one, and it seemed fine. But, you know, that's the thing with the biggest issue with the cheap stuff from Harbor Freight is quality control. Some stuff will be great. Some stuff won't be. Boxes have 7 sides. They have an inside, too. Oh, you think you're clever, do you? Jeff Wilhock mentions that I am well-aged. Seasoned. Steven says, I like myself some This Old House. I grew up watching Home Improvement. And let's...
Now I'm confused.
What?
Barbecue 76, your super chat of 576 says, and my wife said, what is that annoying bing? No bing for my super chat unless I ask. Ring that cowbell in the bear's ear because. So is he asking for
cowbell?
Okay.
What's right there?
But just in your ear.
Oh
my goodness. Okay, there's a lot of stuff happening. So Barbecue 76, $5.76 super chat. I forgot to count down. Sorry. Thank you, Barbecue 76. Paul St. Marie with a $6.24 super chat. He says, here you go, Mrs. DeBear. I think it's the bacon burger thing. Can you click on that? So $6.24. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you. Yes, it's the bacon weaved burger that has cheese in it. It's delicious. Okay, I haven't actually had it, but it sounds delicious. So I know how to weave the bacon. That part I can do.
Why do that when you could just make bacon jam?
Well, that's true too. Owen's Jeep stuff. Hey, $5.37 super chat. I love it. You guys are all doing the odd numbers. Give up the new Apex winch from Harbor Freight for an upcoming trip to...
Not give up. They got
got up the new Apex winch from Harbor Freight for our new upcoming trip to wheel in
North Carolina. If we get to use it on the trail, I will let you know how well it goes. How well it does. Awesome. $5.37 super chat. There is a dog breathing some hot breath in my face. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you.
Yep.
Don't hurt me.
Yep. Dear Falco says we should do a Bauer go-kart. We could paint it red and everything. Michael says, caught a vid from China this morning. Seems the Chinese government is not being helpful with stressed business owners. One vid was a guy going through his factory taking a hammer to the gear. Ouch. Oh. Ian says, learn to weld with an oxyacetylene torch. When you get good at that, transfer to TIG and you'll never MIG or stick weld again. I actually did learn to weld with oxyacetylene, and I didn't learn a lot of it, but that was my first experience with it. And I would do MIG any day of the week. But I wish I was good with TIG. There's an art form to that. There's no art form to MIG. MIG is the hot glue gun of the welding world. And Michael says, what I'm saying in some terms may not be available any longer if the OEM has gone under in Asia. Oh, in some items, sorry. Let's see here. Eric says, I have a 90 kV motor and 200 amp speed controller. I'll send you if you want to do the go-kart build. Dude, that would be incredible. If you're not going to do anything, that'd be a lot of money to ship that, though. That's a really nice offer, but that would be really cool. Trying to find a good big motor to do stuff like with has been hard. I've been looking for some time. Brian Smith. Well, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to wait till the missus gets back for that because she'll be upset if I bing her bings. Matthew says, I was slow on typing. I was talking to the bear in the picture. And Princess Jamie says, I will say that my welds held up on the beating on the rocks and hard steering situations. Made my own steering and skid plates, and everything is still in line. There you go. And let's see here. Ian says, I thought Red was a friendly neighborhood tool bear. Wow, I've been wrong this whole time. Well, he is a friendly neighborhood tool bear, but his species is Northus americanus toolless bear. And Javier says, what Makita 18-volt drill do you recommend for light work, especially to expand the 18-volt system I have? Oh, I am terrible about remembering the model numbers on that stuff because they're all just, whatever. And the numbers and letters and stuff. For basic stuff, the brush things are fine. They make a great subcompact brushless. It's not the most heavy duty thing, but it's super lightweight. It's like, it's almost like running a 12 volt. It's so small and lightweight. They have something at every level, whatever price point you want, and it's all good. So I've not used anything from Makita where I was like, well, this is trash, and I'm never going to use it. Let's see here. Big Ken says the dog is beautiful. She is a beautiful dog. She is a great part of the family. We're blessed to have her. And K24 says, listening to the show while installing a 50s era used lineman press on my bench. Well, that's awesome. Apparently the dog is back. Did he take her for a walk?
He did.
Okay.
He came back and then he disappeared.
I love when Mrs. says Bing and how happy she gets. Ricky also likes seeing Bella. Jay Who. Hey, Jay Who's in the house. Just dropping a like. Super tired. Fixing foundation. Needs sleep now. That's a big job. And Paul Seymour says, Big Clive is absurdly fond of his Cat 61 phone. Yes, we talked about the cat phones, and if I were to splurge, I think that would be the phone I would get. Michael says, anything wrapped in bacon is better. Trying to figure out how to bacon wrap an M&M.
Frozen picture. That's what everyone's saying.
And Princess Jamie says, a good keto snack is bacon-wrapped pickles with sharp cheddar cheese melted on top. Pickles are the undead of the vegetable world and need to be cleansed from the face of the earth. They are a sin against God.
So, how do we fix it?
I don't know. Fix what?
It's frozen. They can hear us. but the screen is frozen.
Oh, weird. Oh, it is.
Yes, that's what I was telling you. That's
Well, anyway, Brian Smith says, bought a truck unloader tarp with a winder. Will it work?
bought a truck unloader.
Oh, from Harbor Freight? I've heard great things about it. I've not tried it myself, but I've been wanting to get one.
So we're going to try to fix the frozen issue. But Brian, we want to do your super chat. So $9.99. Cover your ears. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing.
That was excessively loud.
$9.99. It was loud.
Holy cow. Hold on, let me see. You read some comments here.
So Princess says, Owen's Jeep stuff. I might get one for the car trailer. Insulim said the video feed has stopped. So I'm so sorry. We do know it's frozen. Everyone's letting us know. Sorry. Barbecue 76 said it took some doing, but I finally moved the shade into the tent. Took a couple of hours but the sun finally gave it to me. Nice. Owen's Jeep stuff says sound is there, but video is frozen. We are attempting to fix it. Please bear with us. One moment, please.
Get it? Bear with us.
Bear with us. Will H says 201 super chat. Bing away. Sorry, daughter of Ra. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you. Matt says that was a $10 ding for the $9.99.
Yeah.
That's right. Owen's Jeep says at Princess Jamie, if we get used to it and remember to record it, I'll post up the video. Didiz says frozen, so does Groovejet. Owen's Jeep stuff, Groovejet again. I'm glad you guys can hear us. Michael says adopt a mod time and no video. We are really trying to work on it. I think people are texting me to let me know because they love us. And
well, this is a good time to adopt a mod. The mods are anybody there with the the cobalt blue wrench behind their name. And they help us by reminding us when our screen gets frozen. Telling us, hey, idiots, check your video feed. Yep. They also help answer questions that we can't get to, remind people that it's family friendly, that to use @then, and just all sorts of stuff that helps keep the conversation going, moving along. Anyway, as a way to say thank you to them, most of them are creators in their own right. So we ask that you pick your favorite mod, the one that you like the best, who has the best comments tonight, and go over to their channel and check out their videos. Give them a thumbs up. Maybe even consider subscribing. It's a great way to support the community as a whole here and to spread the love. And
also to get some great new content. Like, there have been a ton of people that I have checked out that I would not have known about if somebody wasn't like, hey, go check out my channel. Somebody said that they tried clicking on live and got the picture back blurry at the moment, but they're going to refresh again. Somebody else said that the trouble's on our end, which I think it might be.
Well, it's definitely now because I disabled it.
Well, there you go. When in doubt, reboot. Right?
Yeah.
Zafiel says, after dark, literally.
During the dark.
Zafiel, you're so funny. I know, there's no video.
No.
Barbecue 76 with the $2.76 super chat said Bear knew the vid is frozen. It is for posterity. Nice. So I think Barbecue 76
because it was just me.
Normally doesn't like the dings, so I won't ding. Whoa. I feel like I'm on drugs.
We're back.
Yes. Barbecue 76 with the $2.76 super chat. I'm not dinging, but I'm
in your head.
Yeah. Yep. It was really hard. It's really hard not to do that.
All right. The Ion says, I bought the cheapest Savage 243 I could find. Upgraded to a stainless bowl barrel and better stock. Now I can shoot a bottle cap at 600 meters. I'm a big fan of Savage stuff.
I love that you guys are all letting us know that you guys can see us again. Thank you.
Thank you. Paul says, Mrs. Bear, there's a picture of a burger online stuffed with cheese and covered.
And then he sent us the link.
Okay. Any new tools that you're looking to get? Need some help feeding my tool addiction.
Wow.
Wow. Any tools I'm looking to get personally? PEX crimper is probably the top one on
yeah.
my list. And you know what? Because PEX crimpers, cordless PEX crimpers can be kind of expensive. I wonder, there's got to be, somebody's got to do a, whatchamacallit, a PEX crimp drill adapter. But somebody makes an adapter, goes on the end of your drill for crimping PEX. And I don't know, I'm not seeing one.
Dear Falcon said, video killed the radio stars.
Something like that. Ryobi makes one. And an inexpensive one. Who else? I could probably buy like a one-off, cheap one-off one. I could just use a hand one. You know, but what fun is that, right? But yeah, I'm not seeing. I would have sworn that somebody would have come out with that tool. All right, let's get our engineering minds together here. We need a
Thanking everyone who texted us to let us know.
PEX crimping head that will chuck into a drill.
How did it go?
Good.
Did she go?
Yeah.
Good. Did you bring a bag? Awesome. Because we do not want to be those people that have dogs that go to the bathroom and then don't get cleaned up. Because those people are just not nice people. So while you're looking that up, Eric English says, stupid question. Names are not hyperlinks, so how do you check out mods content? That is a great question. If you have a channel that you would love someone to check out and adopt, please list it.
You should be able to copy and paste because most people's names are also the name of their channel. And when you do a search on YouTube, there is a filter you can drop down and you can search for specifically for channel names.
Groovejet, I'm going to hurt you. He said my singing killed the video stars. But I would say Eric does have a good point that I have looked to adopt a mod and found that like, hey, I don't know what your channel is. And they're like, oh, right. My channel has nothing to do with my username. So
yeah, there's a lot of that. And also remember that if you go to check out Daughter Raw, she has the best non-content on all of them.
She does. She does. We're looking to get
so
like
if
100.
you go searching for a channel and you find nothing, that's her channel.
Uh-huh. And don't forget to like and subscribe the non-content.
Yeah. She doesn't update it that often, to be honest.
Yep.
Ever.
Riley Maki says, at the Den of Tools, I'm sorry I haven't been here for a few weeks. I had some family issues. No worries. We hope that your family is good. And
happy you're back.
family always comes first.
Family first. And we hope that it got resolved in a good way.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
Good night, Inslam says, I'm going to turn in early. My neck/back has been sore the past few days. Good night. Good night. I hope that you feel better.
Ian says, this is America. A bear can say anything he wants about a tool. And if the tool company doesn't like it, tough.
That's so true.
Yeah, it's just sad to see these companies taking that mindset of, screw the consumer. We're going to put it on the consumer. The video game industry did that a lot. They would release games that were not ready and then come out with patches, the day 1 patch, the day 7 patch, that, like, okay, buy it now and we'll fix it after you pay us a bunch of money. And in this case, it was, these people were saying with this one thing, just grind it down. I'm like, did you see the angle of it? I'd have to remove 50% of it, and it's the most structural piece in the entire thing that takes the most force, and you want me to reduce its size by 50%. And I put
myself at home.
Yeah, I put that on the company. I'm like, is that your official response? And they would not reply to that comment. Yeah. But it was implied that, these are kits that you have to, massage, fix yourself some. Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, I get that at some level. I get it. But this was an issue that turns out that they know they have an issue. They admitted they have an issue. But at this point, they're like, if you have a problem with that, then it's going to hurt the community as a whole. I'm like, no, you're hurting the community as a whole.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we've said it time and time again. Mistakes happen. Things happen. Sometimes you make a tool or a product and you don't realize until after it's in production that there's an issue with it. But the way to address it is to step up and fix it.
Yeah. Michael says an automatic audio notch filter that will put a negative 40 dB notch on that bell's frequency. Is that what we're supposed to be saving up for?
Michael, I'm just going to give you a hug. It's okay.
Barbecue 76 says the tent is almost in the shade now. Just have to move the sun a little more. Eric says a green screen so the kids can go to the bathroom off camera.
Yep.
What they should do is they should just slink down behind the chair and crawl over, army style. They'll tell them they're on a secret operation. They'll love that.
Door gives it away every time.
Yep. Any tools worthy of the Golden Bear Award for this year? Oh, for 2020? I don't know if there's anything that's come out this year that's been like, wow, that's stellar and amazing. Probably is, and I'm just not thinking about it. But I'll have to think about that.
I think this year
one.
is going to be interesting. I think that there's some products that are cooking that haven't quite been released. I would say in the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to see some really cool things.
Yeah.
Just because people have been home with some more time on their hands, thinking about things in a different way, looking at it from a different angle.
Can I read my comments now?
Yeah.
Okay. Princess Jamie says, Heart Tools is good if you need to do a quick 2 a.m. fix ASAP when they open back up that late. Yes. When you absolutely need that tool at 2 o'clock in the morning. Harbor Freight has a coupon for the Predator washer 3100 PSI, Scott Fest says, for $369. Good deal. If, I'll be honest, I don't follow the higher end gas pressure washers that much. We talk more about the electric stuff, the DIY stuff. There's some guys here that deal more with the higher end pressure washers. I would throw that over to them. So I'm sorry. I hear that the people who have it, they like it. They say it's a great pressure washer. I would also check Harbor Freight coupon database to see what the best coupon out is on that. Have you done any demonstrations with a pipe bender? I don't currently have a pipe bender, so no, I haven't. Ronald says, if you do a green screen, have a tropical rainforest, the background with the waterfall, then change. What the snot just happened? Why did it do that?
It's fine. You were reading it fine.
Where'd it move? Oh, it did.
It didn't. It didn't.
It did jump.
No, what happened was this. We got a super chat, which made that screen flicker.
Okay.
You're fine.
Anyway, with a tropical rainforest, the background with a waterfall, then change it up ever so like having a train coming at you. Jeez.
Yep.
You know what I thought
saw
about
that one.
doing is putting a webcam on the roof and then putting the green screen behind us, and so you could get the view over downtown Livingston through the green screen.
That would mess with me because it would be in the wrong place, but only I would be messed with because I would know it should be going that way, but it would be behind us.
How would you know it should be going that way? You were the most directionally challenged tiger person I've ever met.
Because I know where the mountains
What direction is north from here?
Not a clue.
Yeah.
But I don't need to know that. I need to know where the mountains are.
You know which way the mountains are?
Yeah.
That way, this way, that way.
But
this
I know
way, over
the
there,
point
over there,
is
over
that
there.
it would be
We're
those
surrounded by mountains.
Yeah. Okay.
We're literally surrounded by mountains.
That makes me feel good. $9.99 super chat from the maintenance man.
Maintenance man in the house.
I love the shades. So cover your ears. 3, 2, 1. Bella's like, I'm out of here. Ding, 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 ding.
You make her itch.
That's right. Thank you, maintenance man, and good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Talk about a channel you need to go check out. He's been doing some great product testing
Yes.
recently. Go check his out. Go check out his channel. He's got some great stuff over there.
Michael, you're going to be in timeout. $3 super chat. One ding, and only one ding, Clarice. It's going to be it.
I love this. This is better than no dings. Just one, or you have to give it back.
Okay. Michael, $3 super chat. Bing.
Bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing.
Only one ding.
Let's see here.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I
Parsons
feel like I'm
Explorer
gonna
channel
explode.
says hi. We talked about the video feed
In
stopping.
the tent.
Barbecue 76 says, I took some doing, but I finally moved the shade into the tent. Took a couple hours, but the sun finally gave in to me. Video frozen, video frozen, video frozen. And Parkside Tools, top quality, cheap cost, 3-year warranty, can't be beaten. That Niall Fox.
What?
Scott says, also, if you get a green screen, be prepared to do some light work. You will need backlight to keep your body edges clean. Look into Bastard Gel for your front light.
Apparently, we need a green screen and some bastard gel. So
Well, we
I don't
have
know
the
how
lights,
much. I don't know how much that is though.
Groovejet said, I clicked on live. Okay, we talked about that. That's more about the picture. Any idea when Harbor Freight will resume to dispose of tools anytime soon?
I just realized that dinner is in the back.
If you're missing that, that is the joke that every month seems to be a tool disposal notice. She's over there, or at least until you touch the plate, she was over there staring out the window.
Hi.
We have a deck that runs along the back of the house. I think she wants the window to be open so she can jump through the window back
She
and
did that
forth.
last year. Mm-hmm.
She thought that was great.
Can we do it?
It's too cold right now.
Michael wants
Chain
to.
link max headroom. Nice. Ronald says, Den Tools, do you expect a video feed big for work right now all the time? What do you think the gremlins came from? Well, we didn't feed the gremlins, and that's what
Really?
happens. Did she just
Really?
whine at you?
I gave her a piece of pork, and now she's like,
She's grumbling at you like, where's the rest of it?
okay, that is the last bit
Ian
for you.
says my 13-month-old's favorite book is Brown Bear, Brown Bear. First time she saw you on YouTube, she lost her mind. We are now binge watching your channel. We love to hear that people are watching with their kids, or I should say their cubs. And let's see here. Ronald says, you're live again. You're back on the air. Got video feed and sound over in Altamont, Florida. We talked about Asylum turning in for bed. Good night. Torx85 says, what's your favorite tool? Mine is a 3-pound sledgehammer. I don't have a single specific tool. I really like my channel lock, short bill, needle nose. I like, as far as power tools, I'm a huge fan of recip saws. Love recip saws. What else? Estwing hammers. Trying to think. As far as ratchets right now, I like the Tecton ratchets. And I like the Icon ratcheting wrenches. Those are probably like when I think about my go-to that I always reach for. When I open up the tool chest, that's what I'm always going for. And
Daughter of Ra commented to Michael that he broke me. And Michael says, Daughter of Ra, I'm laughing so hard at her reaction, I started crying.
Princess Jamie says, your hair is so pretty.
Thank you.
And she wants to cut it.
It really needs to be cut, trimmed, like most of it.
Okay, maybe just the fuzzy ends.
It's got really split
Yeah,
ends.
cut
and
those parts. You can cut 4 inches. Okay, maybe 5.
I can cut it all off. I can shave it, be
You
bald.
can sleep out on the balcony too.
So can you.
It's too cold out there.
Okay.
Joseph Smith says, put camera on roof and do the weather in front of the green screen. That would be funny. I would make such a fool of myself. I'd probably fall down. Can we bake and wrap that bell?
No. Nope.
Oh, speaking of which, this tangent thing here, the bacon had me thinking about the fact that she's afraid of cooking bacon up here, at least on the grill. We got a new grill. I got a char grill. I got a new used grill at a garage sale. Char grill, stainless steel, 4-burner with the 5th burner on the side. Paid $10 for it. It's got a low flame issue. I took the apparatus apart. I took the compressed air, and pulled out all the burner tubes, blew all those out, cleaned everything out. Checked all the connections. Everything seems to be fine. The only thing I can think of is either there's an issue at the assembly for the regulator where it meets the manifold, or there's a problem with the regulator itself. And so I'm going to take the regulator off the grill that we have that we know works, swap those, see if that fixes it. If it is, I'm going to order a new regulator, which is $10-20. And if not, well, then we're going to be diving in, probably pulling the manifold out and seeing if there's a problem with that. But we're looking to clean that up. I don't know. We're going to then figure out which grill we're going to keep. Because we don't need two grills.
We're going to keep the one for $10 as long as it works.
Yeah, probably.
Zach says, we have this glass table we want to break up so we can throw it away. Tried a Harbor Freight glass cutter and that didn't work. What tool do I need? I'm kind of along the same lines of Daughter of Ra. A sledgehammer?
Sledgehammer.
Like,
So
if we're not doing something special with the glass.
Yeah. So we had panes of antique windows.
Yeah.
That her father had collected for some project he never got finished. We sold off several of the windows, but a couple of them broke in the side yard, and they're huge panes of glass still. And I've got a big wood box out there, and I'm going to put them in the box and take the sledgehammer to it and just gently break them up. And then probably take that into a waste bin and pulverize it to the point where there's nothing that can be sharp or anything else again, and then dispose of that. Speaking of heavy things, I have since you're all part of the inner council, as it were, I have a special preview for you. Whoops, I just dropped my
Headphones.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I'm going to show somebody something. Back off, woman.
He has lost his mind, clearly. You
Do
should
you know what I have?
donate to the bail fund.
Do you know what I have?
No.
Okay. So I did a video kind of making fun of a company for a product that they sell that is somewhat tool related. And guess who reached out to me? I kid you not.
We're excited.
I have to say, if you don't know what that is, you're not going to get this reference. But if you did see the video, you know what that is. And I made fun of that company in the worst way, and the product and the idea and everything. And they said, "Can we send you one? We want you to test it and try it out." And I said, "You know what? I'm game. If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to put yourself on the line with somebody who just completely mocked you, sure. I mean, that takes some cojones right there." So I always bless you. I always respect a company that's willing to stand up and do that. So we're going to be taking a look at it and seeing what's what. Anyway.
Frank says, what? You don't need 2 grills? I have 5. See? And Gramoot, I saw you. He says, hi, I have all my kids over today for grilling. Sorry about that. Don't be sorry. Spend time with your family.
No, he's sorry that he didn't invite us.
Oh, yes, you should be sorry about that. But it's okay as long as you grilled enough for us.
And send pictures.
Yeah.
Michael says, about the antique glass, anybody out there do stained glass, might take the broken glass off your hands. That's a good idea. I've always wanted to try doing stained glass.
I met someone recently who works with stained glass.
We could do some really cool stained glass here.
Well, also we have the stained glass by that door.
Yes.
That's too big, too small.
Steve said, throw the glass in the air and let it hit the ground. I see they probably didn't want that big a mess.
Yeah.
And PT said, my neighbor had a low flame problem with his grill. We used a number drill bit to slightly enlarge the hole, and it works great now. Mm-hmm. Michael says, after working in the glass industry for almost 10 years, people will probably want that antique glass. Yeah.
Even though it's broken?
You would be amazed what people want.
Well, here's my thing. I actually think there's more windows under the house.
Of course there are. Of course there are. Why would there be? Oh,
You're
sorry, my knees
Yeah.
pop locking on me. And yeah, you know, that's the other thing we need to do. We have one part of the house that covers about 2/3. Basement. We have two basements with two separate entrances with a wall between them. One has a finished floor. Granted, it's only about 5 feet high in clearance. And the other one has a mostly unfinished floor. Even the part that has cement isn't what you would call finished. And it's more of a really, really big crawl space. And it has a height of about 4 to 5. Actually, probably 3 to 5 feet. Because at the far back, it's probably as low as 3 feet. On that far corner over there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, and that one is full to the gills with stuff.
It's an archaeological expedition.
We don't know what stuff is in there. I think I saw Jimmy Hoffa's foot sticking out of a box. Sorry, a hope chest. Anyway.
I'm going to hurt you when we're not on film. Plain Jet 42 says a whole bunch of things, but the last thing is, how old is our house? It's about 130 years old. I actually think it's older than that, but we
Smidge.
don't have an exact date. It's kind of a long story, but that's the shortest version.
We're not even sure who built the house.
That's why we
That's
don't
the big
actually
problem.
know.
It was for a time owned by the railroad. It was owned by the local printing, the newspaper, a couple of other companies, and then it was like a regional Pony Express stop, and then it was the whatchamacallit. Then it went into private hands and became used as a home.
There's a famous author who used to live here, and one of my teachers. Sorry.
Are you talking about me? I still live here.
Yeah, I was actually talking about a different famous author.
Like a real author, as opposed to somebody who writes how-to books.
No, you're
No,
a
I'm
real
serious.
author.
I'm not a real author.
But-
I think people call it, oh, you're an author. No, that's putting on airs, as they like to say. And let's see here. And Joe Smith says, instead of paying Chop Fit, you could just be a landscaper and get paid $30 an hour to work out. Yes, you could. And Michael says, well, a while back we were talking about using laser and water jet to cut shapes out of glass. Ooh, yeah. I've never seen lasers cutting glass. I've definitely seen water jet cutting glass. I guess it would depend on the tint of the laser and the glass.
Are we going to have to replace the floors?
No.
Okay. We have really, really old wooden floors.
Do you want to replace the floors?
No.
Because you've asked me this now repeatedly, which makes me wonder at this point, like, is there a...
No.
Then why do you keep asking? Because I have answered this question.
We're not having this conversation.
This is one of two things when she does this. Either A, she really wants this thing and she's waiting until she gets the answer she wants. Or B, she's nervous about something and she keeps asking until she's assured that that's not going to be an issue. Which unfortunately is never.
It's the latter.
The die says, please make the Chop Fit video out in the woods, then pull out a chainsaw. I don't know about the chainsaw part, but I fully intend to go out into the, what is the name of the mountains over there? I forgot about it. Something wilderness.
The great big wilderness?
I'm a great big you on
The great outdoors?
I'm going to bite you in the face.
Good luck with that.
In and about the face.
Karen says he has to sleep sometime. That is correct. He does have to sleep at some point. And when he does, I'll be there to accidentally on purpose smother him slightly.
Nice.
Accidentally on purpose.
I'm going to lose my mind because I cannot remember
Up in here.
what the name of this mountain range is. It's the something wilderness.
And see, I just grew up here, so I'm like,
that tree over there, over by the creek. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, that one. I don't know. Joe Smith says, Yellowstone. No,
That's a little
but
further too far south. But basically, you're right.
Plain Jet 42 says, have you guys considered stripping the paint off of the woodwork and the doors?
Yes. And in fact, I brought that up to her as something that I wanted to do because I don't like trim that matches.
Well, they have to realize they don't know what it all looks like. It's all white right now. Everything is painted
It's right behind us in the video.
white. I knew that. I was just
So they
testing
do
you.
know exactly what it looks like. And it looks terrible.
It doesn't look terrible.
Le
It
terrible,
looks
as the French would say.
white.
Is it? No, it's not the Gallatin range. I mean, the Gallatin is one of them, but that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Are you thinking Bridger Bowl?
No.
Consuelo keeps sending me text messages about CBD. I get these weird random text messages. I'm like,
It's not the Beartooth, not the Bitterroot. I'm going to lose my mind. It's not the crazy. Crazies are over that way. Gallatin.
Joe Smith said the Rockies.
It's all the Rockies are out here.
Beartooth. Absorca.
Absorca.
Robert P. Bing.
That's it. The Absorca mountain range. It's like getting a thorn or something. Like you got something caught in your tooth, you can't get out, and you finally get it out. That's that kind of feeling. Stop petting me.
Yeah.
Stop it.
The sun is going down.
I just checked out ChopFit's website. You know they're going to want you to do a demo video for them.
Yes, we are aware.
But anyway, so my plan is to go out in the deep dark woods and do the video out there. Will Home Depot have Ryobi days? Every day is a Ryobi day at Home Depot. I'm guessing they'll have one soon. So we had the sales. I did the video today on Memorial Day sales. I honestly think that for tools, that Father's Day will be a bigger sale day. So we're looking forward to that. And let's see here. Michael says, you're right. I messed up. I was thinking of plexi, not genuine glass. My bad. And yeah, cutting plexi is easy to do with a laser. He has to sleep sometime. That's right. But we were talking. Sorry, we were talking about the doors and stuff like that. So I did talk to her about that, and I like the look of the natural old wood. My only issue is they look like they've been pretty abused, and they've got something like several layers of paint on them.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of the doors, like the bathroom door has some issues. I don't know. At first I thought that it was the house shifting, but you know what? That's exactly what it is, because the lock isn't
He does speak English natively.
Wow. Isn't matching up with the hole for the lock, the receiver, and I thought, well, maybe when the house shifted, I'm like, well, if that happened, then when the house shifted, the door would have bottomed out, because there is a gap at the top. I think, here's what I'm betting. I bet the house has shifted. Your dad took the door off the frame, shaved the bottom of the door, and rehung it.
Yep.
Because
I can guarantee you he would have that conversation with you right now.
Yeah.
I love you.
Hi.
You gonna show them your cool
I'm
shirt?
betting that door frame is not square.
I'm so sloth.
That's her sloth shirt. I am not betting that it's not square. I agree. It's probably not square.
Duncan,
Yeah.
where's the square?
Can I eat some cookies just like two?
We're not having this conversation right now.
What square? I'm not talking to you. You're in timeout for the rest of the week. Michael says DJ Pug is here and watching.
Oh, hello, Pug. Is it Max?
Mohawk says, "Do as the stones say and paint it black." No, I really want to strip the woodwork, and probably have to end up replacing a good amount of it, because some of it does definitely look like it's been a little beat. But I do like that look of the natural wood with the old walls and stuff like that in a house like this.
Yeah.
But it is way down the list because I'll be honest, we're gonna have to re-drywall like this room, most of the rooms. We're gonna have to pull the lath and plaster and re-drywall. And so what's gonna end up happening is we got to work on the foundation. So we got to do the foundation first. We got to do the plumbing. We got to do the electrical. Got to do the foundation. We got to redo the roof in a couple of years. We got to rebuild the house, whole house, nothing but the house.
Yep.
So it's all where do you start? So right now we're in triage. So getting the plumbing working, getting the electrical stable, and having a working house. Then it's also doing some of the light, easy to fix kind of stuff to make it a practical living, house that you can live in. And then at that point, it's going to be like dealing with the foundation, dealing with the roof. And then once we get all that done, then it's going to be the making it nice on the inside, which is going to be pulling down the lath and plaster, putting up real drywall, either stripping or replacing the wood trim, putting in new doors. We're going to redo the entire bathroom, redo most of the kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to be working on this house for the rest of my life. But at least we're going to leave something nice to our cubs. Right?
Yep. And if they sell it, I will come back to haunt them.
Robert says no Memorial Day sales flyers for Depot or Lowe's here, and there was not a lot of advertising online or any big push for it. I was really surprised. And Mohawk says, in the name of Shaka, Ryobi is trash. And you have summoned the Shaka. Shaka says, Ryobi is garbage. Hands down.
$2 super chat. Shaka. Bing, 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 bing. Random Sandwich says, place sheetrock right over plaster.
You can do that.
I don't think we're going to do that here.
But we're not going to do that. There's
probably treasures in the wall.
You'd have to see how bad the sheetrock is. I'm looking up at a place where it looks like the Absaroka mountain range, right up in this area. So
yeah. He's not saying bad things about you, House. He's just
we're saying we want to help you.
We're going to fix it.
Make you look pretty again. What do you think of the Key 1 option on the M18 tools? I think if you're a business owner, it's an excellent choice. And if you're not a business owner, I don't think it's something that you really need.
Zaffiel, why are you saying things that are going to make me cry?
Doors in old houses. You have a treat waiting for you. Solid doors cost a literal fortune, and old homes seem to use random sizes on everything. That is true.
Yes. Everything here is like, oh, that's not the average size.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Michael says, with the house that old, I would check the wiring. My house is over 100 years old and has 18-gauge aluminum wiring that I've been replacing. Oh, no.
Yes.
We have knob and tube in 2/3 of the house. Mm-hmm. The kitchen was updated
at some point.
Yeah, I mean, there's Romex down there. So it was, but I don't know if all of it's been Romexed. Am I saying that right?
I don't think so. I don't know what you're saying.
I can't remember. So the things are like, you pronounce the word a million times, now you're not sure if you're pronouncing it right. Anyway, and it's got grounded 3-prong grounds. They're not. Yes.
Karen says, the den of tools. I redid my grandmother's house. May I say TNT?
May you say what?
TNT.
TNT. Well, we did have a person come out and look at the house when we first inherited it, and his first comment was, well, honestly, if it was me, it would be doze it and rebuild.
I don't remember him saying that.
Well, that's because it's one of the things that hurts so bad your body has blocked out the pain. because you were furious.
I was not fear. Okay. Apparently, I don't remember this at all. I remember it very differently. Scorpion Sunday says Romex is correct.
Yeah. Just weird. Like, you ever write out a word and you're like, you sure you spelled it right? And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, is it spelled like that? Jeep and Jeffrey, Shaka equals Eric Schmidt. I don't know about that, but let's see here. I've worked on a lot of old houses. In fact, when I was a carpenter back in the day, the crew I worked on, we didn't do new construction. The owner bought old homes and refurbished them. I've purchased old homes before and refurbished them. That's my jam, as it were. So this I will say is probably the oldest house and the biggest project, but scale of house, it's smaller, but how much needs to get done is probably more than I've done before. Well, we were limited in previous cases because you could only do X amount of that. You could do more than 35%. You had to take it down to no less than 35%. Otherwise, it was considered new construction. You had to get a whole different set of permits. They were much harder to get. So, anyway. Robert says, they don't build them like they used to. I'm glad they don't. You know, yes and no. There's it. I guess it depends on the builder. Frank says my first house had used lumber in it, and I had pre-drill for drywall screws.
Had to pre-drill for them. Yeah. Kind of like, remember when we had to do the drilling in there?
In where?
In the office.
Yeah.
And you had to use that, like...
That's because I was drilling through the stone walls.
Yep.
That was special. Is the Hawaiian shirt a political statement? Maybe. Do you like the boogaloo? Is that what you're alluding to? And Princess Jamie says, I have a lot of tools because I'm a tool princess. Tool princess. If both of those go together. I also like stuffed animals, bright colors, and high-powered rifles.
There you go.
You and my daughter should hang out. Carson's Exploring Channel says, just thought I'd stop by.
Hey!
Howdy. And only one Mr. X and one Mr. Y says, yo, yo, yo. How's it going? Random Sandwich says, what year was the house built?
That is the
earliest documentation for the house is 1889. And that is a picture taken from... No?
Nope, you're confusing it. 1894 was the picture. 1889 is how far back we went. And found the stuff.
In the paperwork. Okay. So 18...
Oh, I think it's even earlier than that. But in the 1880s, basically.
Yeah. And... but yeah, there is... Yeah, the pictures from... maybe. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
It's really old. It's the short version.
Client Graphics says, later, Bear family and friends. Have a great Sunday and 3-day weekend for all those who have tomorrow off. Thank you. Yeah. You guys have a good time. And hey, don't forget to check out Client Graphics video there on the Knipex and the other water pipe wrenches and Cobra wrenches. And there's all sorts of names for them. But anyway, great video. Go check them out.
Something happened. Smedley Dog 1, I don't know. It says, at the Den of Tools. My wife just, I don't know what she did. She did something.
Isn't that how the kids talk these days?
It's just I just can't even. Yeah.
Stop.
Becky.
Chaka says, the truth must be shared and highlighted. Let's see here. Yes, sir, the boogaloo. Well, you know what they say. They ignore the vote in the booth, vote from the rooftops. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying some people say that. Only one Mr. X says, yeah, I have tools in my F-150. Let's see here. And he says, good night.
Good night.
Matt says, the house is older than the dirt it sits on.
Yeah.
It's really, really old. Okay, where did the recoil spring cover and lock block disappear to?
Nice. Oh, My wife just sold her mom's house that was built in the 1870s. The field rock foundation had started to deteriorate so bad that the outer wall buckled. It got dozed. Ouch.
Yeah, our issue here is that the city came out and dug up most of the road out front and then down the side. And they did that about 3 or 4 years ago. And then it rained while they were doing that. And they had a lot of heavy machinery in here going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it caused the house to settle quite a bit. We got a fairly major crack down that wall, which we've since patched. But there are some issues with the foundation where basically the house needs to be jacked up in the rear and probably had a good portion of the foundation rebuilt. Let's just say when they built foundations back then, they didn't build to code.
There were no codes. That's why they didn't build
Where
them.
we're going, there are no codes.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
I got it.
Is there anything in this?
Not for you.
I see ice.
Carson's Exploring Channel said, my crazy neighbor had to call the cops because we were riding a golf cart and minding our own business and wasted the cops' time. Don't you love those neighbors? Like, why don't you go bake a cake or do some gardening or do some volunteering or stay in your own house, Karen?
Lock yourself in a closet. How about that?
Javier, a daughter of Ross says, the only big problem I have tonight, Ricky has 1 to 3 more hours of stream to use. I am on fumes. Oh no.
Oh jeez.
Javier Estrada says, sorry, I haven't been on the chat. Well, sorry, before I start that. Daughter of Ra, you should totally go rest if you need to. And I'm sorry that he's going to be up for a while longer. Javier Estrada says, I'm sorry I haven't been on the chat. The old Silverado required my attention. Apparently, it was having a charging system failure, and I had to change the positive cable going to the alternator. I am sorry. That sounds no bueno.
Did you read Tom Spillani's comment about the...
No.
My in-laws own a general's house on Fisher's Island. The military definitely overbuilt houses. LOL, we're lucky to have it. I got to walk through some of the military houses in the Presidio in San Francisco. Saw the generals, saw some of the...
But they have a lot of issues with those.
Not those. That was different housing that had those issues. The officer housing is fantastic.
Ouch.
They had some issues with some of the lower rank housing that was further down the hill where they had some plumbing back up and they had some... Basically, they flooded with raw sewage.
Yeah.
But, of course, the brass is higher up on the hill with a better vantage, better viewpoint.
And gravity did not mess with their plumbing.
And Mohawk, of course, expresses my opinions exactly, and that is cake. Scorpion Sunday says, good night, Bear Family. Cheers.
Good night. Daughter of Ra was a rock star. She did manage to make 5 dozen cupcakes on Friday and homemade peanut butter frosting for the chocolate ones.
Oh. First of all, Big Bean says, hey, I just found your channel and I love it. Thank you, sir. We really appreciate it. But a friend of mine said that there is a type of whiskey out there. And I'm trying to remember what he called it. It was,
It's
not crazy or mad or what. It's some weird name.
Hang on. No, I'm going to look it up.
You want to look up before I say what it is?
Yep. Because I've had it. I've seen it before. You suck. Why are you Googling it?
Screwball. Because I'm faster than you. You have the prettiest eyes when you glare at me with the death rays. It's called Screwball. You want to tell them what it is?
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
You going to take
That's
your
all
ball
you.
and go home
Yep,
now?
I'm going to take my ball and go home.
It is peanut butter flavored whiskey. Or at least it's peanut butter whiskey. A true bourbon purist who never thought they would buy a flavored whiskey, let alone enjoy one, pour it over ice, add it to your coffee, or or on top of a big scoop of vanilla bean ice cream with Screwball to make a special adult treat. I could see cooking with it as for like dessert, like instead of doing like a rum cake.
When we do the thing at Christmas with the pumpkin bread with
Yes.
the bourbon glaze.
Yes, I don't know if peanut butter and pumpkin would go together. It probably would. It'd probably be pretty decent. Anyway, but when he first told me about it, my taste buds, they left for like a week. They're like, nope, we want nothing to do with that. Don't even hear about it. La 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 la. Anyway, that was not right.
Quick Soul says, I have an early morning for work, but great stream. Loving the growth of the Facebook group. Love seeing all the approval notices every day.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're getting some great people, and it's really diverging. I mean, we had the stuff with the deals, and we still have the deals, but a lot more people are posting, hey, here's what I'm working on with my project.
Or what do you think about this?
Yeah, here's what I'm doing with this. And I'm a part of a lot of Facebook groups just to get information, to exchange information, to talk with other people. And I'll be honest, I've seen a lot of these groups that once they get past a couple thousand people, they can get really toxic. And it gets to the point of anytime somebody asks a question, all the responses are just like, well, you're an idiot for using that, or you're, only a moron would do that. And we're not, and we don't put up with that. Mm-hmm. If anyone's rude or insulting, there's plenty of tool, forums out there. And the problem is when you do that, it kills conversation. Because nobody wants to comment now because everyone's afraid of getting mocked and made fun of and all that kind of stuff.
And that's not how anybody learns or how education and knowledge really gets passed around.
And I got news for you. If you think you're a pro and you don't need to learn anymore because you've learned everything, you're not actually a pro. Because a true professional at that top level knows that there's always more to learn, and they're always looking for that next thing to learn, that next thing to challenge themselves. And being able to go to the community and being like, hey, has anybody ever done this? Where should I start on this sort of thing with something new? I mean, it's, maybe you've been, you can pull apart a transmission and fix it blind, but that doesn't mean you know how to weld. All right. Mm-hmm. There's lots of things that people who've done, one area haven't done another. And that's what I'm really proud about. I'm really proud that we have this great community where people are exchanging information and ideas and sales and deals and keeping it, for the most part, pretty friendly and supportive.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop gushing about it now.
Robert says, mainly listening tonight, planning a trip to Cleveland for next week. More people flying, so it's hard to get seats now until they start running more planes. 19-hour drive. Ugh.
That's even longer than the drive we had to do coming here.
Yeah. Although I think that we have both agreed that from now on, we're probably just going to do one-shots because it's just, it wasn't that bad. It was totally doable. He's just ignoring you on purpose.
Duncan?
So, Javier Estrada said, GM cheaped out on the electrical for the 2000 to 2005 Silverado. So I found out the positive cable shrinks when too hot from ambient temp, and I live in Arizona.
Duncan?
Yeah?
Do you want to be banned off the computer for the rest of the day?
No.
Sit up.
Children. Have them. It'll be fun.
You can sleep in it, probably.
Carson's
Exploring
Channel says, how many crazy neighbors have you had in the past, and what was your craziest story? Okay, I've had some really crazy neighbors. When I was a kid, we had a neighbor who tried to break down our door with a hammer because they had a substance abuse problem. And
oh, geez.
I was living with my mom. She was a single mom. And so the downstairs neighbor came up and was like, what are you doing? They're just a lady and her kiddo. You need to go be crazy somewhere else. I'm trying to think of some other crazy neighbors.
I lived in an apartment building when I first moved to San Francisco, and it was in the Haight-Ashbury area. Mm-hmm. It was a fairly decent-sized apartment building. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 60, probably about 60 apartments in it. And it had like the old school elevator where you get in, you close the gate kind of thing, and you have to move the thing to go to the floor you want. It was a beautiful old building. A lot of people, and the thing with San Francisco is they have rent control. So there are people who've lived in some of these apartments
Their entire lives.
Because, like my rent is like $500. And
Yep.
I have a 3-bedroom, but if you rent it new, it's going to be like $3,000.
Yep.
And there was this one woman that I knew. I'd met her. She lived there. This was long before, Jess and I got married. And she was an older, she was there during the 60s. I don't know, I'm not even sure she was there during the 60s, but she liked to think that she was. She wasn't, I guess she wasn't that old. She was probably in her 50s. And I was 30 at the time. And one night I heard, I think it was knocking on my door. And I went and I opened the door and it was her. And she was butt naked, standing there, rambling about, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something like the government was listening to her brain.
Substance abuse issues.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And successfully navigated her back into her apartment, shut the door.
And tried to bleach her eyeballs.
Yeah. It was special. I think that's probably the craziest neighbor I've had.
I think I've had some real crazy ones. I had one that shaved his hair off and left it on my doorstep. I'm telling you, I'm like a magnet. Like there are certain people in life where it's like, I'm just one of those people that like, I get crazy people that tell me inappropriate things or like need to tell me their life story. Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I've had other crazy neighbors.
We have somebody who lives down the street from us here who likes to shoot stray cats.
Yeah.
They're special. Nobody in town likes them really.
No. Nope.
Let's see here. Who else? Seems like we've had crazier neighbors.
Hey, Montana Hillabar says, evening, all just got home from work. Hey.
Howdy.
Jennifer Whitewolf. I was talking about you at the very
did show
beginning.
up.
I said, hey, where's Jennifer? Montana, just got home too. Daughter of Ross says, 3-bedroom trailer, $919. Only thing included is big maintenance, snow removal, and trash.
Oh my gosh, that seems kind of high.
Matt says, I live in the Ozarks now. All my neighbors are a little crazy. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know that I've had crazy neighbors.
I hate to say it, but living here now, we are probably the crazy neighbors.
I don't know. I don't think
Although,
we are.
Considering that our neighbors on one side, who are very lovely folks, are vegans with a lot of cats.
They don't have... Okay, they have some cats.
They're very sweet and lovely people.
They are super nice. And our neighbors on the other side are nice as well.
But I'm just going to say, the weird level... We're still probably more
weird. We're in Livingston. The weird levels...
It's pretty high for Livingston.
Yeah.
For Montana, it's about as high as it gets.
Paul St. Marie, don't worry. The police are well aware of the cat-killing neighbor.
Yeah, they just need to catch them in the act.
Yep.
Let's see here. Speaking of bad neighbors, ours used to call the cops when we would target practice. The sheriff would always come over because they had to, but would join us for target practice.
Yep.
The Michael says, yep, so many keyboard commandos, most of them would not last half an hour in some of the places I have been.
Yep.
Yeah. Princess Jamie says, I can do anything mechanical and weld, but I've learned a lot about home repairs from the channel. Great content, Bears. Thank you so much. We're glad to have you as part of the den.
Michael says that I'm a good sport for my one ding only tonight. Thank you.
Michael also comments, the pugs are cheaper than kids.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I think if your pug eats
some of
things,
the vet bills.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Robert says, looking at Craigslist for 66 Mustang parts along the way, found doors. Ooh.
Oh, for 66 Mustang or like doors for our house?
Yeah. Michael says, only bad people get sentenced to Cleveland. I've been to Cleveland once.
I don't think I've been to Cleveland.
Let's see here.
By the way, we're caught up.
How could something disappear from a 40-inch by 18-inch desk? Stuff disappears on my desk all the time. It's usually a sedimentary issue, though. Shooting pets is a no-no. Yeah. And Michael says, ran into a chronic paranoid once who was convinced her home was bugged, checked it out from the street with some receivers, and there were lots of hard-to-explain signals in the home. Oh, great.
Oh, no.
Karen says, a labor of love. Nothing can replace my grand's house. Do not level. Thank you for all the love.
Oh.
And Paul says, please don't tell me who your evil cat killing neighbor is. I won't say their name out loud.
Yep.
But we have locals who watch. We all know who she is, don't we?
No, that one's a he.
Oh, it's a he?
Mm-hmm. The she is a totally different.
Oh, she's
kettle
a
of
different
fish.
psycho.
We've got a number of them.
Yeah. Michael says, highly illegal to burn a home without a warrant or bug a home without a warrant.
Yes, that is true.
And Michael says, not all crazy neighbors are exactly wrong.
That's true.
What are your thoughts on Letterman tools?
Leatherman.
I'm thinking they mean Leatherman there. And I have Leatherman. I have like the full boat Leatherman that I got for Father's Day a long time ago. It's great. I honestly, it means so much to me. I don't carry it with me anywhere. It kind of stays in the bedroom. I have I'm trying to think. I thought it was right here. Yeah. Right on the desk. The Skeletool. I use this thing all the time. It's like an EDC kind of thing for me. Carson's explaining to you also, how many levels of crazy are there in Montana? Well, it depends on the elevation.
Yeah, we do have the crazies near us.
We have all sorts of crazies. We got left-wing crazies. We have right-wing crazies. We have crazies who go so crazy, they go around the circle and come back to the other side.
Yep.
That was AKA her dad.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The man was a hardcore liberal and had more guns in this house.
We're not going down that road.
Because the government.
Nope.
Yes, that's why he had the guns. Because the government.
Nope.
Anyway. Jennifer says, saw the snow video. Did it stick?
Yes.
It did stick. The kids tried to do some sledding, but then it started raining. And it melted all the snow away. We were sad. But I got to tell you, I got to post the picture that she took. The snow was perfectly framed through this window. There is a garage shed behind us. Looks like a barn with a red roof. The white flakes with the mountains behind. It was... I wanted to sing Christmas carols when I woke up.
Yeah. It was super cool.
I'm dreaming of a white Memorial Day. Anyway, yeah, it's like that.
No one's streaming.
Michael says, want to get the Leatherman style tool for the EOD community, the one that can crimp det cord connectors. What are your thoughts on Justin Trudeau? Remember what he said before the previous comment about det cord connectors? Yeah, that's what I think about Justin, Mr. Hair Trudeau. That dude is everything that's wrong with the U.S. And I think they should export him to Greenland. That's where he needs to be. Anyway, it's 9:09. We're past our 3-hour point. But before we go...
it's in your email.
You sent it to me. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's
like I was a thinker.
I'm sorry we didn't do this earlier. Why didn't we do this earlier?
Because I got distracted with stuff.
I was so worried we would do that. But at least you caught it before we leave.
Wait, but
that's Facebook. Why am I going
why
to
is
Facebook?
Justin Trudeau's not in the U.S.?
No, he's the Prime Minister of Canada.
But why did you say
that we should export him to Greenland? Or that he's everything wrong with the U.S.? Because he is. He is the epitome of everything wrong with the U.S.
Okay.
So, some people asked before about my ex, and that because she sings jazz. She is a fabulous jazz singer, and she does shows. She does virtual shows right now.
Yep.
And I've got a link to her next show here, which is coming up, I think it's tomorrow.
Yep, at
19 hours and 49 minutes left.
4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m.
If you want to get a first-hand view of the Bear's ex-wife, singing some great jazz tunes. It's Amanda King and her Trio of Swing, Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 30-minute show. You can get tickets online at Stage It. So be sure to check it out. And she is an amazing performer. She puts on a very fun show. So go check it out. Anyway, the Trudeau is not well liked by many Canadians.
Yep.
Unfortunately, there are too many that do like him.
Novice Nick is asking about our posted mailing address in Vegas. Is it still current? You can still mail things to us there, but we don't have an address here. We sort of have an address.
Email me at red@denoftools, and I will get you an email or a mailing address for here.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you've already sent something to the other address, we are having it. Yeah.
We do have somebody who's picking it up, and for critical stuff, they will send it to us up here.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
Anyway, we got to run. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great Memorial weekend. Take some time to remember what it's all about. If you are flying the flag, please, I do ask that you do fly it respectfully and properly. There is a special method for it. I have a video on it. You can look it up online. But for Memorial Day, it's different. You start off with the flag at half mast, and then at noon you take it to full mast. And there's a method for the whole thing. So please do it. Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.